1:35 p.m. Eastern, first pitch. 57 degrees.
The fuck did you tell me to get ready for?
You said, is it going to rain? And I'm saying get ready because it's going to rain on Sunday. That's what I'm saying. That was the point. Get ready does not always mean 76.
Get
Ready does not always mean 76.
What is that?
What do you keep hitting that?
Stop hitting that.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Section 10 podcast. Here are your hosts, Jared Carabas, Coley Mick, Steve Peralt, and Tyler Milliken.
What's up? Welcome back to the Section 10 podcast, episode 606, presented by Kalshi. It is the home of your 1-5, last place Boston Red Sox. My name is Jared Carabas, and I am a certified G and a bona fide stud, and you can't teach that. And this right here, this is Coley Mick, and he's 7 foot tall, and you can't teach that. And this right here, this is Tyler Milliken, and he killed his dog Bullet, and you can't teach that. Bada boom. Realest guys in the room. Steve, how you doing?
Ooh, what up, Section 10 in the building?
In the motherfucking building. Brewed by Blue Moon.
Suck one.
Produced by Mikey Even and 2K.
Fuck yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Sad news. Jake is moving on. New chapter for us, new chapter for Jake. Appreciate everything he's ever done for the show. We wouldn't be in this position without all the hours that he poured into this job. It's a tough loss, but you know, at the end of the day, he emptied the tank for us, and sucks. Like, you know, I think speaking for everyone, we were all a little shocked at the timing and just, you know, like it came out of nowhere. It wasn't like nothing bad happened. It was just like, you know, he's moving on and we're moving on. So for the time being, Mikey and 2K are going to be producing the show. But I think, you know, with sort of, I guess, the transition into going independent and the money that we're creating through sponsorships and the Patreon, we're going to be able to bring in some help. I have identified potential help. So I think help might be like, you know, we don't need resumes right now. I think like I know who I might want if we're going to go that route. We're trying to figure everything out. The same way that, you know, like the last episode, I was like, we got thrown into the pool of going independent, whereas we thought we were going to be staying long-term with the former partner because we were told that. So this situation, like, it's just every day there's just like a different fucking curveball that gets thrown at us. But all that to say, we don't get to this elevated point without Jake's contributions. So best of luck to Jake. And sad day. Mm-hmm. But it's a new era. It's a new era all around. It's just a new era all around. And again, like the producer role, like it ages you in dog years. You know, like it is like it's he was the longest tenured producer that we had here. Steve did it first. Bryn did it, and then Jake's been with us since the end of the Barstool tenure. It'll be weird without him. You know, he became a friend to everybody here. But yeah. Just want to give him his flowers for everything he did for the show. Now on to the baseball team. Well, you know what? Before we even get to the baseball team, let's thank the people that are making all this possible. Thank you to Kalshi, because before we dive into it, we want to give a quick shout out to our sponsor, Kalshi, the largest prediction market in the United States. Kalshi allows you to trade and win real money on events like sports and elections. And let's make one thing clear: Kalshi is not a sports book. I repeat, not a sports book. On Kalshi, you are actually playing against, you're not playing against the house, which is what would happen with your traditional sports books. You are actually trading head to head against other people. And Kalshi just runs the marketplace. This makes Kalshi an exchange. That means that they do not profit when you lose. The lines are not set by Kalshi. The lines move based on where the money goes. Public opinion is what sets the line, not some algorithm that will be working against you. So it's the most accurate form of data that you can look for in terms of public opinion. Kalshi is not regulated by states. It is instead CFTC approved, meaning it is federally regulated exchange, and that's why it is available across the United States. If you want to try it for yourself, Kalshi will give you $20 when you trade $20 if you use our promo code, which is Section 10, when you sign up. So download the Kalshi app, check it out, just mess around with it, see how you like it. It's definitely interesting if you're used to the traditional sports books. It's, you know, like, again, it's not lines set up by the wise guys in Vegas. It's it moves as the opinions move. It's actually pretty crazy to watch during a live MLB game. Like, one pitch changes the line. It's like, oh, that pitch was a ball, line moves. That pitch was a strike, line moves. Home run, it's like, whoop. Yeah, it's real time fan opinion that you can make some cash if you're a ball knower. If you're a ball knower. The Red Sox are not ball knowers. The Red Sox are not ball knowers. They don't know that three strikes is strike three. They don't know what the strike zone is. They don't know what certain situations you should be using ABS in. The defense is bad. They can't fucking hit. We got guys not showing up on time. It's a fucking mess, man. And listen, I tried going into the series finale. I was like, hey, Red Sox started 1-4 last year. What happened to that team? They made the playoffs. This team, now they're starting 1-5. Who was the last team to start 1-5 with the Boston Red Sox? That would be the 2019 Boston Red Sox, who did not make the playoffs. Very forgettable season. It was kind of the start of the most miserable era of our lifetimes. Yeah, like the 2019. I mean, 2021 was awesome, but that was just like a treat in all of this. But yeah, I look at this team, and I said this with Maz earlier tonight. All the things that we feared or had hesitations about acknowledging might not be a problem, they are a problem. There's certain aspects of the defense that are a problem. Coley himself was like, well, if we're going with run prevention and defense, then why wouldn't Marcelo Meyer be the shortstop instead of Trevor Story? We're seeing it with the throws. We're seeing it with the defense. We're seeing it with the range. Again, I'm not going to, we'll wait and see, because everyone wanted Trevor Story off the team in late May last year. It's been 6 games, and then Trevor Story ended up being a very important piece of what the Red Sox accomplished last year, which is getting back to the postseason. But I look at this team right now, and I don't see fluidity. I see a bunch of pieces, and it's like Alex Cora every day, not just with the original lineup that comes out at the start of the game. It's in-game now, where he's trying to make pieces fit that it doesn't feel like they do fit. I think it's still early, but I'm not sure that this team has developed the chemistry that we fucking heard about in spring training. It was like, no, dude, like Wilson Contreras is here, and like the vibes, and it's like, I'm not seeing it now that they're playing real games. Now that this matters and this counts, I'm not seeing the chemistry, and I think guys are already pressed. Like, what's going on with that? I don't know if you guys have picked up on that, but it seems like guys are just already not having fun. What was it? I think Duran had the leadoff single in today's game, and he did the one hump, but it was like a very it was very like
put it in all the way.
Yeah, it was a very
just the tip. Yep.
It was a business-like hump. It wasn't like a fun, I'm having a good time leadoff single. It was a very just like, I'm pressed kind of hump. Just things that I'm noticing with this team. Some of the stuff carried over from the first series. We're going to talk about the ABS stuff. The one that sticks out to me was it Rafaela in the third inning that it was 0-0 in the third inning, and he tapped his fucking helmet, and it was he was wrong. There was also, people are starting to complain. The strikeouts are piling up. The swing and miss is ridiculous. So Don Rafaela, not to pile on him, today swung at a pitch that fucking bounced in the left-handed hitter's batter's box to strike out. I'm not exaggerating. It bounced in the left-handed hitter's batter's box. So, yes, there are concerns that we had going into the season that now that we're watching the games and they are real, we are now seeing, those concerns were valid. All that to say, is the team fucked? No. Does it feel like every year that they start the season off on the wrong foot? It does. It's almost like it's Red Sox baseball. The season, like spring training, we're going to talk about how great the vibes are. Then the season's going to suck. The season's going to start. They're going to suck for like 3 weeks. Then they're going to figure it out. And then the rest of the season is going to be like, do they have enough time to make up all the ground that they lost in the first 3 weeks of the season? It's the same fucking story every single year. But how do you guys feel about it?
I mean, that summed up a lot of it, right? I feel like you were just cooking there. No, I mean, it's everything's happening at the same time. All the bad stuff, all the dumbs are happening at the same time. The rotation's ERA sucks. The defense is atrocious. Roman Anthony, understandably, gets the pinch hit ding dong in the finale, but didn't really mean much. He's been struggling. I think 2 for his last 18, even including that hit there in the finale. Awful with runners in scoring position. Caleb Durbin, get ready to learn boo, buddy. It's going to be a difficult opening day.
Boo him on opening
no,
day?
I'm not going to. I didn't say me. He's going to get booed. I'm not going to say it's majority.
You think so?
Give him the Trey Turner treatment that first game at Fenway. Cheer for him that first at bat. Show him some love, and let's see what happens.
Trey Turner's good.
Yeah,
Trey Turner was a $300 million player, T.
He's 0 for 18 to start the year. The guy's clearly suffering. He looks so
Wasn't he like 0 for 20 to end last year?
See,
I mean, he's like 0 for 80.
Stat. He had a good playoff run. That doesn't include what
I know.
He was a good hitter
but
in the playoffs last year.
T, I'm upset, so I'm going to throw in a stat that might not be fair.
Fine.
That's totally understandable from your. No, I'm just saying, realistically, and I said this heading into the last podcast. If he had a shitty series, then he's going to get. I'm not saying booed majority, but like it's going to be a mixed review when they announce his name for the first time at Fenway Park, which is also just kind of how this goes. If you play here, that's how it goes.
Sorry. It's not him getting booed when he gets booed. He's not supposed to be here. It's not supposed to be him. People are booing because of why he's there, not who he is or what he's done. And
I think it's a combo. Going over is certainly part of that equation there.
He's fucking 5'4". Like what was he supposed to do?
Get hit.
What's he supposed to do?
Hey,
if he's not going
in the city.
If they went 3-3 and he goes 0 for, they're not booing him. It's because they lost and he wasn't directly responsible for any of the losses. Like he just hasn't had a good start. But I don't think
he might have been. I think he was pretty responsible in Cincy. I mean, swinging at that 3-1 pitch, that was atrocious. But
and just not being able to.
I'm not.
field.
The point of this was no blame this on Caleb Durbin. It's more just like one of a million things that are going wrong. So he's going to have
the whole team besides Willier or Abreu.
Yeah, everyone has sucked besides Connor Wong and Willier.
Those are the two.
Here's what's going to happen. They're not going to boo him. There might be some boos, but like on the TV, it's not. There will be some boos. They're not going to. They're not going to give him a standing ovation.
I think he's going to get a little bit of an applause.
It is going to be a lukewarm murmur. Like it's going to be like. And now the third baseman, whatever the fuck his number is,
5,
Caleb Durbin, and it's going to go.
Dun, dun.
And it's going to be like. Like it's
so
gonna,
you think he's just gonna get the like sarcastic clap once he
no,
actually gets a hit?
No, it's going to be
like,
the all right. Who's like where are the guys that we can actually applaud? Like it's gonna be very passive. Like when you'll see when he comes out, it's gonna be like I'm trying to think of who do people actually like on the team? Like
Mookie Betts,
Roman.
Yeah, Roman. It's gonna be like woo, yeah, Roman, Caleb Durbin. Yeah, like it's gonna be like I'm clapping because he's on my favorite team, so I'm clapping for everyone.
Abreu will get a good ovation.
Yeah, like I'm waiting for the next guy where it's like, yeah, I like that guy, and Caleb Durbin, it's like everyone's just gonna be like, yeah, he's on the team. All right, yeah. Mm-hmm. That's what it's gonna go. Yeah,
yeah.
No boos, but just like a very like I'm clapping, but I don't fucking want to be.
The nicest thing about people are rightfully booing the right person. He just represents that person.
Sports radio's been calling him a quadruple A player like all week, and it's just
I defended him tonight.
He's better.
I don't know if that's not really.
He was a serviceable 2 to 3 win player last year.
Yeah, he's done it once. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of people.
It's the only opportunity
what did Bobby
he's had.
do? I'm sure Bob had a 2-win stretch too.
All right, wow,
of course, but
this shit.
I'm not going to immediately throw him into the dirt. I watched Bobby Dalbec fail.
I'm not
for
either.
years
It's the Red
afterwards.
Sox.
I'm not
Like,
a professional baseball player.
The fact that people immediately was like, "Oh, he's short. He's clearly Dustin Pedroia," who by this point in Caleb Durbin's career had multiple All-Stars and MVP, World Series ring, and a Rookie of the Year, was so fucking stupid. So stupid. Like we talked about last episode, a portion of the fan base did that to him. So of course they're really disappointed. I'm really disappointed at the fact that he's here and he's not like platooning with Marcelo. Like they just handed him third base. Like he should be a swing player like Brock Holt, who he was also comped to. Whenever Brock Holt was opening day's starter, tough season. No offense to Brock. That was not a World Series champion season.
Huh?
What do you mean? He's not a starter.
Caleb Durbin's not a starter?
On a good team? No, he's not.
He was a starter on the fucking best team in baseball last year.
No, he was not on the Dodgers.
He was on the team with the most wins last year.
Correct. And then what do they do?
Won a lot of games.
So they beat up on a shit NL player. Central. Congrats! Like
he's a fine stopgap player.
Caleb Durbin's going to be fine. I think he'll be fine. It's just, you obviously don't want to see him go over going into Fenway.
I'm going after the whole team's awful. They're awful.
Okay, all I'm hearing about is Durbin right now, and he's a
you
good
brought
player.
him up.
No, I didn't.
You specifically brought him up that he was going to get booed, or Steve did. Steve brought him up that he was going to get booed on opening day.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Okay.
Yeah.
So we were talking about. I didn't bring him up.
I didn't either. Steve brought him up.
Yeah, I just want to let it be known that I brought him up. Let the record show.
Steve
Garrett, if you're taking track
up.
right now, I brought it up.
Yeah.
The left side of the infield can't play defense yet, which is tough.
You both put your finger up at the same time, and he was pointing. T?
No, that's fair. We're up to a hot start. T?
Thank you. I'll take the ball. I think what worries me here is I look back at last season, 2025, and how the rotation has performed so far. The things we're seeing with the lineup are extremely depressing. They're bottom 10 really pitching-wise, hitting-wise. Even in terms of errors, they have more than they did on this day a year ago at this time. But when we're talking about what happened with the 2025 Red Sox, I feel like we delete really the first 2 months of the season going into June. It's kind of everyone remembers everything post-Raffy and when things kind of turned around and they created this amazing vibe in their head of everything, everything kind of coming together. But you go back to what happened leading up to Devers getting traded. For those first really 10 weeks of the season, the rotation was extremely disappointing. They were 18th in MLB and ERA at that time, and they had a top 5 offense that was keeping them afloat throughout that period. As we're seeing right now, the rotation has come out. Outside of Connolly early and Garrett Crochet's first start, it's been dog shit. It's been crap. For a team that's built on that rotation to be what it needs to be, they need to figure this out very quickly because you're not going to have a top 5 offense. This offense right now is not capable of doing what they did those first couple months of last year that kept you afloat when you were still below 500 going into the month of June. I think that's what's worrying me right now is getting the starting rotation back on track. Yes, the lineup, we know there's going to be real ups and downs. You're going to need to figure that out. The defense goes hand in hand in a lot of ways with the pitching staff when Christian Campbell got demoted to AAA. They are better than the way they have been playing, and we're going to have the Trevor Story conversation. But having 2 errors in the second game, another error today, you need to start to figure that stuff out because there's not going to be an offense that has the ceiling of last year's team. So if your rotation takes almost half the season to level up and become what it needs to be, it's going to be way too late at that point in time. And that's what I'm starting to worry about because this rotation needs to hit the ground. They need to figure it out quickly because you built everything on them. They are the foundation of this whole plan. And if the foundation's gone, everything else is collapsing with it.
All right, that'll do it.
Yep. That's
it. Thank you guys for tuning in. Appreciate y'all. And we got to do the weather look ahead, right?
It's going to be pretty bad overall, but don't worry about it. Opening day should be fine.
People were saying that we did it out of order, that like Stop and Shop or like weather should have been flip-flopped.
Steve said it.
Yeah. People Peralt. It goes Stop and Shop, it goes weather, and then it goes predictions because the weather can have an impact on predictions. Know what I'm saying?
Stop and Shop and then weather?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then predictions, because if you hear like the big one part 2 is coming in, you might change your mind.
Yeah, I have it right here as Tycoos, which we'll never get to, Ketchup, which we'll never get to, Voting, which we'll never get to, Stop and Shop, and then weather.
They're winless if they allow 1 run. Winless.
Yep.
They can't allow a single run, otherwise they got no shot. Like people today were like, "Well, they scored 4 runs." No, they didn't. They scored 2 runs today. Those solo home runs mean nothing to me. Absolutely nothing. The Astros were throwing underhand at that point in the game.
No, come on.
They had completely.
It was still a ball game.
Out. They weren't. No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was. It was a save situation.
Because they gave up those 2 solo home runs after they stopped trying. They were not trying.
I mean, it was a save situation once Willier hit that one.
Even from an emotional standpoint, to have a couple homers with the way this offense has been performing, I hope you take that as all right, a little momentum. Hopefully it's the start of something, especially Roman, because I thought Game 2 was his first 3 at-bats, and he had the golden sombrero. To get out on 9 pitches in those 3 at-bats, fucking immaculate inning against Roman Anthony. And that's where I think the pressure, and you can really speak to it, to see a guy like that who is so clearly pressing and feeling that weight, it's going to bring a lot of questions, and this is where the Carlos Narvaez stuff comes into play too, about leadership, about guys being here that can kind of get some of these younger players through a tough stretch like this. And, those Alex Bregman, Roman Anthony quotes are going to ring very loudly. If I was Roman Anthony, I hope he called Alex Bregman after the second game of this series and had a conversation with him. Because if you are unable to kind of just figure it out in the moment, come together, understand that these struggles, and use the maturity of that veteran leadership to kind of just get through these tough periods. If you can't do that, it's going to be a very long season. And I think Alex Cora last year leaned on a guy like Alex Bregman a lot from a leadership standpoint. If you're already now having a player showing up late, and maybe it's more than that, and that was just setting an example or doing something like that, those leadership conversations are going to get loud very quickly.
What did you say about Roman and Bregman talking after the second game?
If I was Roman Anthony, I hope he called Alex Bregman after the second game.
I thought you said when that happened. I was like, did I fucking miss? That's a big story.
He said it Team USA, though.
I was like, man, I am losing my fastball if that happened. I didn't see that anywhere.
No.
Yeah, so that's obviously a larger conversation that I want to have on this show after we kind of break down the series. That is one of like the glaring things outside of the defense and the fucking decision making for ABS, not knowing the strike zone, like all that stuff is bad. But I think we're kind of right back to where we were, maybe even worse off than 2 years ago when everyone was like, oh, there's no leader. At least like Ref Snyder was here and they all kind of looked to him because he was just a professional. And so we can talk about the Narvaez benching because I think that is the jumping point to the leadership conversation. My take on this and my read on this is, okay, what do I know about Alex Cora? What do I know will get a player benched? Being late. We saw it with Verdugo. But what do we know about Carlos Narvaez? The Red Sox did that YouTube feature on him where he's like very meticulous and thorough about his pregame routine, and like his work ethic is like off the charts, and he's super prepared, and he's prepared for himself and he's prepared for his pitchers. So like those things don't connect, right? Like I'm going to bench Carlos Narvaez for being late. How many times was Verdugo late before you actually had to bench him? 9 times, like probably more. So I don't think that Carlos Narvaez has an issue with being late. I don't think that that's it. What I think was because of some of like the scoop shop rumors during spring training was that being late was like a theme throughout. It wasn't like one guy. It was there's guys plural that may not have been showing up on time. So if that's the case, if I'm Alex Cora and it's 5 games into the season and I'm starting to detect that guys aren't taking this seriously enough, we're losing games. Now we got guys that are showing up late. And if your nickname is the captain, like you're supposed to lead from the front here. If you want that leadership role, you're late one time and it's a Garrett Crochet start. Well, now I'm going to make an example out of you, because if I can bench this guy, then I can bench any one of you. Like if you think that he's untouchable because he's in this leadership role, well, guess what? Your leader got benched for whatever. Like I'm just guessing that it's being late because I know that annoys Alex Cora. Tradition, like that's like a noted, documented thing. So let's just say it was that. If he's sensing that that's permeating throughout the room, this idea that I don't have to be on time, or being, what's the old adage? If you're on time, you're late. Like guys like showing up early. That's where you miss the Bregman piece of it, because that dude, You didn't have to tell him what time to be there. He would be there on his own time, which was in an hour before you expected him to be there. And he's getting his work in, and he's like, I think I told that story on the pod when he had the quad injury, and I FaceTimed him like one random night, and he answered the phone, and he was just like, look at what I'm doing. And he like held up his iPad. He was watching his swings. He had like a whole database of video of himself, and like this is when he was injured and couldn't even contribute, and he was like watching his swings to like get back to like where he was. That's the kind of work ethic that I think Alex Cora expects of all his guys. I think it's why Roman Anthony took to Alex Bregman as much as he did. I'm not trying to sit here and tell the audience, like, you know, hey, the whole season's going to be like, man, they fucked up by not keeping Bregman and should have kept Bregman. Like, I'm not trying to do that. I'm trying to illustrate the point that it's not great 5 or 6 games. Technically, it was 5 games in because they hadn't played the 6th game. That work ethic or desire to be there and giving 100% is being identified as an issue 5 games in. That's not a good sign.
No. And it's also how you brought guys together. Like, I remember those Bregman stories about like calling guys in their hotel room at like midnight and being like, hey, do you want to come work on this? Do you want to come see this? And it's not that only Alex Bregman could fill that kind of role. But I do think when you're seeing a team go through these struggles, and last year's team started out 1-4, like you said, Jared. So it wasn't like Alex Bregman was here and everything clicked and everything started working. But when you go through kind of these trials and tribulations and you have young players who look a little shell-shocked out there at times, who look like they're carrying a lot of weight on their shoulders, and you feel it building as the losses start piling up, it takes someone or a group of guys to kind of bring everyone together. And I know Isaiah Kiner-Falefa is supposed to be one of those guys. He's new to this organization. How is that working? Has he been able to kind of take that? Roman Anthony, well, I think the world of him as a baseball player, that is a lot for any 22-year-old to kind of be responsible for. And for a team that's kind of just doing a lot of dumb things still and carrying a lot of that, it does make you think as the course of the year goes, if you get too deep in a hole this month in April, are they going to have the kind of character and the kind of internal strength to rebound or kind of bounce back? And that's what makes you so nervous about them already being off the rails, because it can slide very quickly here. I'm someone who will continue to say it's early in the year. You can talk about other teams in recent years that have made the playoffs after being 1-5. You can hit on the Phillies in 2023, the Astros in 2024, the Mets in 2024. Just because the Red Sox have never made the playoffs after starting the season this bad doesn't mean it's not possible or you can't do it. But someone's going to kind of have to set a tone here. And Garrett Crochet's comments after the game were that today. Crochet said what needed to be said. He called it embarrassing. He said he felt like he let the team down, that this off day they better reset and they better stop hoping that breaks happen. They need to make their own breaks. To me, that was a leader trying to sit in there and set a tone. Now we just got to see if it's going to take, because the guy who did that a lot last year isn't here, and the guy who also helped, I think, a lot on the hitting side in terms of helping guys kind of make adjustments rather quickly, he's not there either. And I think we're seeing those Pete Fatsy traits where, man, it feels like when this offense is sputtering, he has a really hard time, kind of getting them out of it. The lows can be really low, and when the ceiling of your offense is lower than it has been in years past, that's troublesome.
We currently have a team made up of guys that are like looking at each other as who's going to be the guy that says we need to fucking wake up. I think that's kind of the entire roster right now. And Crochet, to a certain degree, sure, he can do that. I feel like even though he's in his second year, you still look at him as like a veteran on this team because of how many new guys they have, first-year guys they have, young guys that they have. I'd be interested to see exactly what went down, because if you had given me 20 guesses of who the guy was that got benched heading into Game 6 of the season, I don't think I would have guessed Carlos Narvaez as any of those 20 guesses. So that kind of blew my mind. Even seeing him, and T, you alluded to it before we started recording, but seeing him in the dugout, he's got that like puppy face look of just like, oh man, like how is this me? How is this happening type of deal? If that's what it has to be to kind of give the team a kick in the ass, then sure. But I'm like, is that really the way to go about it? At the same time, Cora never does this. I know my guy Doogie comes up every time we have this conversation, but there's not many times throughout the course of the season that Alex Cora is going to bench somebody. And then when he's asked from Jemai or whoever, say, hey, we're going to keep it in-house, that's your answer. I know that's a non-answer, but that's the exact answer. It's disciplinary. It's something that pissed them off. You can put the pieces together. So I don't know. I mean, it's, again, the early thing, it's early, doesn't last that long. I don't give them that long a leash here. I think to really have a feel for how good this team's going to be, you're going to know, I think, relatively soon. Understandable at Fenway. It's going to get warmer. You're going to start getting more hits. You'll use the monster. They'll keep their AL doubles crown probably going this season. But when you don't have the guy to point to and the guy that you're relying to get you out of slumps is 21 years old, like, a lot of this was inevitable. A lot of this was probably going to happen. At first, honestly, I saw your the tweet, T. I thought Wong was in the lineup because he's Ted Williams. I thought it's because he's like the best player of all time. I didn't think it was because...
You weren't alone. I think some people were like trying to read into it, and quotes were coming out differently at that time, depending on the beat writer. But as you he would have never been in the starting lineup to start the day if there was the idea of, hey, let's ride the hot hand. Hey. You're not scratching that guy. But I do think you saw a moment in the series where someone tried to be a leader in Trevor's story, Caleb Durbin. Just after that, what was it, the first game, because he sat the second game, had his head down in the dugout after he got pinch hit for. Trevor Story sitting there with his hand on his head, kind of just pushing him through and getting him along. And that's not saying this team doesn't have guys who can't be a leader, but they don't have an identity. They look like a team with no identity right now. This is the point where you need to form that identity, and either you're going to be able to, maybe you're going to kind of just tread water and you'll find it over time, but it's hard to tread water when what the foundation is built on in pitching is giving you nothing right now. You can't live like that.
It was sad because I actually missed it watching the game, but I saw T tweet the clip of Narvaez in the dugout, and he just looked so sad. It's like, that's our guy. Like, that's our guy. Like, I don't know. There's just something. So it's like, being back in elementary school and like your best friend in class gets like put in timeout, and you're like, come on, like free my boy. Like, what do you do? He ain't do nothing. It was
just a vibe killer.
Well, to the point, they kept showing him on the broadcast, and I'm like, nah, get him off there, dude. Get him off there. Like, he don't deserve nothing. We going to get you out of there. That's kind of what it felt like. But if you got to use him as an example, like, whatever. I always think that when a team has a shitty start like this, you got to do something to shake it up. I didn't think this is what it was going to be, but at the same time, like, we'll get to the challenges. That's the thing that has me like, you guys have your heads up your asses. Like, I don't know what the hell's going on with their approach with challenges.
Or the entire situation in game 2 where no one realizes that the count's messed up. That, like, those are the little things there, the little details. And I thought Cora's answer after the game was garbage, genuine garbage. To sit there and be like, I don't even really know what you're talking about. Like, dude, someone has had to say something to you. And then
I'm not 100% that he knew at that point, because doesn't he go right to media?
Maybe. I would have hoped.
They know.
It was blowing up on social media by the end of the game.
What, is he on his phone during the game? Like,
no, but there are people that are paying attention to that stuff, and maybe they didn't get to it at that point in time. But to have that question, and Spear set it up. Spear had like a minute-long explanation of the entire situation.
Alex does do that. He tries to lay it on a plate for you.
He painted the whole picture, and then to come in the next morning and be like, I messed up. That's on me. Like, those are the little things right here that make you seem not buttoned up. You don't seem very, put together as a baseball club. And
I don't
when
think
you look at Alex Cora's,
like, they're not buttoned up. Like, it's not. It appears like you guys don't have your shit together. It's like they don't have their shit together. Like,
and that's a regular occurrence with the Alex Cora teams post 2018. Like, that's just a part of his resume at this point in time, and that's something that has to factor in here. And certain years, the error bars are bigger when you have the talent you had entering the year last year offensively. This year, those error bars are smaller. And when you're comatose offensively for 2 nights like you were to start this series, it's not like the Red Series where you were in every game, felt like you should have won that series. You just got your ass kicked in the last 3 games. And that's what, that's what depresses you. That's what makes you sit here and be like, this is an unwashable product. Like, now you're seeing shit like that on Twitter when you're not even in these games by the 5th or 6th inning.
I said it in the Discord, by the way. Shout out to the Patreon, patreon.com/section10podcast.
Shout out to the live game chat. It's been
dude.
Awesome.
It's been the best part of the season by a mile.
By a mile. So this is just...
T has something real quick.
I know people are worried that I was discording and driving. I wasn't. Whenever the car stopped, I would peek. But there was a Section 10 fan in traffic today who saw me, who stopped and was waving at me and rolled their window down. I was like, T! And I was like, let's go! And then that was it.
And you almost crashed. You said you almost crashed because of it.
There was a slight, almost rear ending.
Okay.
Yeah, thank God we have there's a potential sponsor that might be coming on board that is specifically for tea. It's not Car Shield, but it's
they use their
for
money
tea
on
and his recklessness. Yeah, so patreon.com/section 10 podcast, and I'm not going to run through all the stuff. We'll put out, are we going to put out that graphic soon?
100%.
Okay, so the one thing that I will say, if you signed up for the $25 a month for the T-shirt of the month, we can't do it. Like we crunch the numbers. We're like, oh, we're actually gonna like lose money on this. So I think what we're working to replace it with is that every month you would get a 20% off on the merch store coupon code every month. And I think, what was the other thing? Oh, we're looking at potentially doing like early merch drops. So if you're part of that group, you still get all the same stuff that you would have gotten before. But there were people like signing it. We just didn't, I'll take full responsibility, didn't think of the international fans that it's like, all right, it's $25 a month. Oh, you bought a shirt from the UK and it costs $40 to ship it plus the shirt itself. It was like, yeah, like we were basically like at that point paying like $2,000 to have the tier exist. So totally understand if anyone has a 25 and they downgrade to the tier below, but you're going to miss out on the bonus pod, the Down on the Farm, which is dropping tomorrow, Coley?
No, it's be recording tomorrow.
Recording tomorrow to drop when?
The next day.
Friday.
Yeah.
Okay, so Down on the Farm, the Red Sox prospect show with T and Coley. That's bi-weekly. That's part of the 25. But yeah, so for the T-shirt of the month, like, yes, we would lose thousands on it. So as the make good on it, it's going to be you get a coupon code every month for 20% off. Plus the early merch drops. We're going to configure that. It's not listed on it yet because we want to make sure that we can actually fucking do it before we put it in there. But once we get that squared away, then Steve, we can put out we haven't even tweeted the fucking Patreon. We just have talked about it on the last show.
There's been a lot of moving pieces, obviously. So
lot
sure
happening.
When we get it out, it's actually 100% accurate.
Yeah. So the 10s is the $10 a month tier for our Patreon. And it gives you access to the Scoop Shop. It gives you access to a weekly bonus podcast, which is audio only, which we'll be recording in the coming days here. One weekly AMA with a Section 10 personality, and then the banger of all bangers for the 10s. It's the live game chat. So there is a Discord private chat just for the Patreon subscribers. I'm in there every game. Coley's in there every game. Steve's in there every game. T's in there every game. You got Mikey in there every game. Is Bagzewski in there?
2K?
Yeah, I'm in there.
Eamon made banana bread, right?
He did, yeah. Last night. Late last night.
Yeah, it came out
Yeah,
really,
Mikey, speak on that shit.
Came out really good. 3 ripe bananas. And I had it with a nice cup of coffee this morning, a little bit of butter on it, warming up in the microwave.
Cup of mud?
Yeah, a cup of mud.
I know, cup of
good.
mud. There you go.
good.
I was like, what's coffee, Mike? Come on, mud.
I know.
There we go.
Fuck that. Fuck.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Dude. Every time in like the Discord when the Red Sox gave up a home run, which has happened like 20 times already this year, like you just see a bunch of fuck.
Yeah, the food didn't help us in game 2. I got a blizzard. It did nothing. I think they lost 8-1 or something.
Yeah,
Not great.
Not great.
9-2, whatever. They've all been 8-2, 9-2. Shoot me in the head, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been bad. But anyways, the chat's been popping. There's plenty of Section 10 Patreon subscribers that are in there. We're all in there all game, every game. It's our commitment to it, to be there. Coley's been kind of like the Discord kingpin. Like he's radicalized the Discord, I think.
In what way?
You're just I feel like you went from being like a I'm gonna tweet my thoughts guy to I'm gonna put my thoughts in the Discord.
Oh, yeah. I thought you meant like they were copying what I say or something like that.
No. They're just it's a very pro Coley crowd in there.
It should be. Pretty right.
Steven?
Yeah, I'm going to start doing this because we have people that are super active in the Discord, and I'll see some really cool and sometimes funny questions. And so it's the Discord question of the week, and this comes in from Ari.
Hey, Ari.
And he asked, could the 9/11/2012 Red Sox lineup beat this one?
Yeah.
The
They played them the
9/11
last couple days, yes.
The 9/11 lineup was pretty good, right?
Yeah,
no,
9/11
2012 lineup.
right? 2012.
Yeah, 2012.
Yeah.
2012.
To be fair, the
Yeah.
2012 Red Sox also started 1-5.
Good.
To be fair, that made it seem like something good happened that year, T.
Wait, you say 2011?
2012.
2012.
2011 was 0-6.
9/11.
Yeah, we're
there's
talking
a lot of
9/11 here.
numbers. Yeah, the 2011 Red Sox started 0-6, yeah?
Yes.
I remember that was a tough. If you can find them, my old vlog channel was documenting the 2011 season.
What'd you
I
do
want to
that
say I
night?
made a few of them archived, and now I don't have or remember the password, but because like I was like drunk in a bunch of them, like you just witnessed my descent into madness. But yeah, like I had like a vlog channel where I was in Texas for opening day. I went to opening day. I went to more games in person that year than any other year. And I was in Baltimore when they fucking lost in 162. Yeah.
I do think that lineup gives them a run for their money. There were two dudes in that lineup hitting over 300, Scott Podsednik and Pedro Siriaco. So maybe that's indicative of how this one could beat him. But yeah, they had Ellsbury.
What was
they had
Pedro
Pedroia.
Siriaco hitting on 9/11 though, Steve?
306.
Yeah, so like he was probably ass by then because he was hitting like 370 at one point. Go look at his game
Yeah, he
logs.
finished the year at like 292, so it came down crazy.
Look at his game log from that year, Steve.
We'll check it out.
Yeah, check it out right now. What was his peak batting average that year as the batting average guy in the podcast?
If you guess it exactly, I will
373.
get you
379.
a pizza.
I
379.
mean, his
Well,
peak
peak-
may have been 1,000.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. His let's do real peak, right? Like actually after some ABs.
Yeah.
Because it's 625, but that's like 3 games in. Yeah, how many games?
Minimum 10 plate appearances.
Well, that's not a lot of play. Just do like minimum 50. Yeah, it's still way up there, Jerry. That's not a lot of at bats.
It was like 384 or some shit in like the middle of August.
You
Yeah,
are
he
right.
was
Yeah,
late
because
July.
I remember having him on the fantasy team. He was hitting 350. Jeez, he was hitting 360 on August 26th.
Yeah. What was the peak, motherfucker?
Well, that's kind of the peak, motherfucker.
Sounds like it was 360.
360?
360 was like the real peak. Yeah, after some real,
Nah.
After like
number
a
of
month.
games.
A month
Nah.
of hooping.
Yeah, it was basically a month of ball, month and a half of ball.
Yeah. I probably got some crazy Pedro Siriaco tweets.
Probably.
Let me
Yeah,
see,
he finished at
Siri-
293, even though he was at 360 like a month before. So there you go.
Pedro
We don't
Siriaco.
affiliate him with the 2013 Red Sox enough.
No, dude.
No.
Pedro Siriaco. Oh man, I took a picture on the field of Pedro Siriaco. Goddamn. July 13th, 2012. Superman wears Pedro Siriaco pajamas. July 13th, 2012. The only thing that can stop Pedro Siriaco is the cancellation of the rest of the season. Wade Boggs whining about the Red Sox not retiring his number. Meanwhile, they might retire Pedro Siriaco's while he's still active.
These are sad.
Yo, what?
Nothing.
T, he hit
Pedro-
216 for the 2013 Red Sox. That's why we don't say anything.
No,
Yeah.
but when we talk about Pedro Siriaco, we don't say he played 28 games in 2013. We just mentioned usually 11 and 12.
Oh, you could have got me that he has a 13 ring. There's no way I knew that.
No, yeah, like in anybody's head, if you're like, oh, Pedro Siriaco, you would never be like, oh yeah, 2013 Red Sox Pedro Siriaco.
I wonder why.
This
Nothing
July
else to talk about from
13th.
that season. Pretty quiet in the hole.
Shout out Brock Holt.
This July 13th tweet, the Superman wears Pedro Siriaco pajamas. This tweet was on Nesson. I think this was like my first tweet to ever appear on the Nesson. Like TC had to like read that on the air.
They cook you?
No, dude. Like Pedro was the fucking
was doing
best
it.
player on the team.
2012
Yeah, it was
was my
tough
first
times.
real 162.
Well,
Check out the Discord.
Check it out. We're in there every game. Every game. Yeah, so I feel like I feel like we've danced on topics for this particular series with the Houston Astros, but I've made my thoughts known about the decisions with the ABS. Coley, do you have anything to say about Ceddanne Rafaela and his choices?
Yeah, I think anyone who's blaming Ceddanne for that needs their head checked. Like, you might be the stupidest person in the fucking world if you think that's Rafaela's fault.
Huh?
The challenge?
Why is he allowed to challenge?
I agree with that.
Whose job is that? Obviously, he's going to challenge something that's wrong. That's who he is. We see his swing decisions. The fact that this isn't a team-wide, organizational-wide decision is insane. Insane.
It's
they
also
can't be
low
saying
IQ from the player.
Thank you.
no shit, but that's what he does every time he has the bat in his hand.
No,
he
listen,
shouldn't
the
be
fact-
allowed to challenge. Period. Unless it's the night, like if like when he fake took the bunt off last year, or put the bunt on. I can't remember which one he did. Like, these aren't the decisions you give your 9-hitter. I don't care if it's Rafael. I don't care who the fuck it is. It's
There'd
a
be good
stupid
chance
organization.
That they tell Ceddanne
Top
not
down.
to, and he still would.
Yeah,
Like,
I
that
think you
wouldn't
go
be
back
stuck.
You
Alex.
bench him. Why wasn't he benched today?
I agree.
Obviously, that's not what happened.
Well, you go back to the first game, right? And you had Carlos Narvaez also make a very stupid challenge early in the game, trying to help out Ranger Suarez, which is kind of crazy that their biggest offseason signing, we've yet to even mention him as we talk about this in his Red Sox debut. But for Ceddanne Rafaela as a whole, yeah, I think that's part of the unbuttoned conversation with where the Red Sox are at right now, where you make a point after the Roman Anthony situation in Cincinnati about, hey, we need to save those challenges late in games. You could tell Cora was pissed when Rafaela did that after the game because they asked him, what did you say to him? He goes, I'm going to go talk to him right now. We're going to have that conversation.
There's no chance he did.
I think just in general, though, for Rafaela and for all players in general, like reading the situation is also part of it. If it's going to be open to you, then you need to make smart decisions too. So stupid on the manager for not making that message clearer. Stupid on the organization for all the seminars you allegedly had during spring training to teach people and be ready for this shit because you clearly aren't ready for that shit. And stupid on Ceddanne Rafaela for thinking that was the right moment to do that. Oh, and you know what? Stupid on Connor Wong, who also looked back on the same pitch and wanted to challenge right after Rafaela failed.
He's literally the only good player in the team.
He's the best player in baseball.
Like, there's no world they talked about this at all. Like, there's just no way that
I can't-
they have sat down as a
I
team
agree
to
with
talk
Coley.
about this.
I agree
There's,
with Coley.
I put it at 0.1%, just like the weather, just in case something crazy happened.
Sure.
The way they're carrying themselves right now with the challenges is like they found out the ABS system exists in the regular season. Like this wasn't going on all of spring training, and for what, 5 years in the minors or however long they've been doing it in the minor
been a
leagues.
while,
Like,
yeah.
and if you make it to the bigs, it's like you've been dealing with this. Like this has been a thing. I'm always gonna lean the organization with something like this. Like, of course, I totally agree that, like, Ceddanne, there's a certain level with the baseball player where it's like, come on now, like, this is not the spot to be doing it. But it feels like they just haven't even had these classes. This is like when you're at the job and you keep getting those emails about the HR trainings. You're like, I'll get to it. I'll get to it eventually. And you keep pushing it off until it's like, gets you the urgent message, like, do it today or else we could fire
You've been
you.
fired for sexual harassment. Yeah,
That's basically what it takes. And like they just haven't, like there's no way. And even if they have, there's no way they've like drilled any of this in. And I seriously question what the punishment is or what even like the tone is when you fuck up that bad. Because you should be talked to as if you just screwed the entire roster. And I want the actual players on the team that are getting screwed later in games. You guys saw today. What the hell happened in the 9th inning? Marcelo had one. I get it. We probably have Marcelo on the don't challenge list. But he had one that
He challenged.
I know he thought it was a ball, and he didn't challenge because he's probably like, oh, I'm a little bit like I messed up the last one, so I don't want to. You had 2 challenges in the 9th inning. Duran had another one, definitely a ball. Didn't use it. I think they're all rattled. It's like this is going to change games. The difference in making the playoffs could be the ABS system. You got to have it figured out right now. It's obnoxious.
Jared?
Jerry.
There's another thing too about the ABS that could come into play here, and I'm certain that it will. You can't challenge twice on the same play. So I guarantee you the Red Sox will do this. I'm amending my season prediction.
Okay.
What's going to happen is Duran.
The batter gets it overturned, and then Crochet is just like, nope.
No. Like the Red Sox will be up. There will be a runner on first. the runner at first is going to steal. The batter is going to challenge. The batter is going to be wrong. The runner is going to be called out, but he's safe, and you can't challenge the play. So now the runner is out, and you blew the ABS call. It's going to be like a fucking strike him out, throw him out that should have been in ball 4 with a stolen base. Or it wouldn't have been a stolen base. It just would have been in ball 4 with 2 runners on.
Yeah.
Now you have, it should have been runners on first and second, and instead you're going to have 2 outs. That will happen at some point this season. I guarantee it to this Red Sox team.
I've had people ask, like, why aren't you guys blaming Cora? And it's like, I think we hold Cora to a standard, and he clearly isn't meeting it. But I also don't know that you can just put all of this on him, because he's not dealing with the guys in the minors. Roman was bad at this in the minors. So as great of an eye as he has, I don't know that he should be the most trustworthy guy either, especially early in games. Like, this is where I blame Craig. I blame Henry. I blame Cora for sure. I blame all the minor league instructors. Like, this team's stupid. This organization is stupid from top to bottom. I blame Heim for some of this too. Like, I'm a big Heim guy, but Heim's a reason why this team still stinks at certain things.
Theo.
No, I don't go back that far. I blame those guys. Didn't sign Trevor Story. No one forced Heim to do that. Or Masataka Yoshida, who's going to have like a 900.
This is Duquette. Let's be honest. This is Duquette.
900 OP or OBP with a 0 average. I don't know how he's going to pull it off, but
yeah,
it's fucking embarrassing how stupid they are, top to bottom. Like, you shouldn't need someone from the Astros to come in and teach you guys how to play professional baseball. That's embarrassing. That's more embarrassing than what happened on the field today.
That's a great point, Coley. But even if you love beer, there are some moments that you want to enjoy a non-alcoholic drink. Celebrate those times with Blue Moon's non-alcoholic Belgian white Belgian-style wheat brew. It's for when you want to drink a non-alcoholic version of your favorite beer. And this weekend, Friday, opening day, the live show at Game On, we're going to be cranking the Blue Moons. I believe, Mikey, didn't we get clearance to like bring our own Blue Moons there? Isn't it like bring your own moons for the live show?
Oh, the folks are going to be getting some free moons.
Free moons.
Yeah.
Hey, yo.
Oh my God, dude. I can't wait for that. The folks are getting free moons at the live show at Game On before opening day, Friday, April 3rd, which is what, T?
The home opener. I nailed it.
Tossed her in a read. Oh.
Inspired by the beer you already love and available year-round, a Belgian white Belgian-style wheat brew that tastes like drinking, even if it's not. Crafted with Valencia orange peel and coriander, it tastes balanced and refreshing. Nothing compares to the great taste of a Blue Moon non-alcoholic Belgian white Belgian-style wheat brew. Blue Moon, made brighter. Get Blue Moon non-alcoholic Belgian white Belgian-style wheat brew delivered by visiting get.bluemoonbeer.com/Jared for delivery options. That is get.bluemoonbeer.com/Jared. Blue Moon, made brighter. Celebrate responsibly. Blue Moon Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Non-alcoholic malt beverage, contains less than 0.5% alcohol per volume.
100% true, Jared. You know what's also true?
What's that?
That Nutrafol's the best.
It is the best.
Suck
yes. One. Yep. Thank you, Coley.
Suck one.
Yep.
You know how in sports, everyone's got a can't-miss training hack, and most of them don't actually move the needle. That's how I used to feel about hair growth products. A lot of hype, not a lot of results. What changed for me as a half non-hair haver was learning that Nutrafol isn't just another supplement. It's physician formulated, clinically tested, and recommended by dermatologists. It's a real game plan for thinning hair. Guys, if your hair isn't playing like it did in your 20s, where T is right now, as he's starting to experience
Watch your
some hair
mouth.
loss, it might be time for a real comeback, not another workaround. Because throwing on a hat, look at this, isn't a strategy. Nutrafol supports healthier hair from within. Nutrafol now offers hair growth supplements tailored to men at every age because the root causes of hair thinning change over time, and your routine should too. Nutrafol is the #1 dermatologist-recommended hair growth supplement brand trusted by over 1.5 million people. T, is that a lot of people?
Way too many people that I could count.
Start Nutrafol today and make the hat optional. Visit Nutrafol.com and enter promo code SECTION10 for $10 off your first month subscription and free shipping. Find out why Nutrafol is the best-selling hair growth supplement brand at Nutrafol.com, spelled Nutrafol.com, promo code SECTION10.
Yeah, like you mentioned Roman Anthony and the whole minor league thing, and it's like the other data that we see. So it's like we have the data that the Red Sox as a team sucked in spring training at this, and now they're bad in the regular season. Roman is supposed to be the guy that knows his strike zone better than anyone, and he's the best hitter, so like he should be afforded the opportunity to try to win back calls if he can, but that hasn't worked out. The other data that I saw on MLB Network, I think, had some data on like who was getting balls and strikes calls overturned at the highest rate, whether it was like the hitter at the plate, the pitcher on the mound, or the catcher. And the catcher by far was winning ABS challenges more than anybody else, whereas I feel like every time Narvaez has challenged a pitch, he's been wrong. So even at like the position that you should be favored the most heavily, we're not a team that does
Was
well
he 0
there
for 2?
either.
I think he hit one in Cincinnati, and then he's 0 for
I think
2
he's
since.
one and
Yeah.
2. Yeah,
But
but
he's
they're
definitely
early ones.
One
They're
and
all
2.
early.
Yeah.
He fucked
I
Sonny
feel
Gray
like-
once.
Yeah,
And
the
then
Sonny Gray
there
one,
was-
he was clearly just trying to like hope and pray we could get out of this inning.
It's what he did for
maybe I could
Suarez,
throw
too.
Ranger,
one.
yeah.
That's what I mean. Like I can kind of forgive those. I'm not going to shit on him for that. And everyone else,
You
is
can't
like,
challenge with your dick out there, and I feel like that's what's happening.
That'd
I
be
feel
weird.
like
Yes.
guys.
Well, what happened with
that-
the MLB apologizing for the zone being wrong?
Oh yeah, that was bizarre. Did you guys see that? That was odd. Where it's like
Really
it
not.
needs
I
to be
just meant with
further.
silence.
It needs to be further up on the plate, right? Like they're taking it too far into the plate, something like
Yeah,
that.
they have
like
this-
where
they
they,
have the
Middle
zone
of
in
the
the wrong
plate where
place.
they do it.
yeah. No, I saw them
They
talk about
didn't
this
for
on
the first week. They didn't have it in the right spot for the first week, is what we're saying.
Yeah.
And they came out.
where
and
like
apologized.
I think it needs to be further up so that it's going to catch like the tailing stuff. I think that's what it was. And I was watching on PTI and Kornheiser was saying like CB Buckner should be the first one flipping out. I'm like no. CB Buckner's so bad that you could have the zone like 10 feet from the pitcher and he's still messing it up.
He was probably more wrong if they adjusted.
Exactly.
Like there's no way he would get better.
If you miss by that much, I don't think moving it up an inch is gonna change anything. But yeah, this whole
But it's
thing's
like-
been crazy. I was looking at the leaderboard real quick. I think it's 40% for both. I think the Sox are 40% batting, and then when they're in the field. So I think they're 2 and 3 for both. So whatever, 4 and 6. But I'd be willing to bet that most of those 6 are early in games. That's what's driving me nuts. Those are situations you need to be 100% right, and they're just throwing them away, and then that gets in everybody's head the rest of the game. It's gonna derail a lot of these games for these guys because you're gonna be in your head, and you only have 1 second or whatever to challenge. And if you're not sure, you're not 100% sure in that time. And some of these guys, I bet they forget how many they have. I can guarantee you there's guys in this team that don't know how many challenges the team has, so they decide not to because I'm sure there's some penalty if you tap your head and you don't have any challenges, right?
You know how when what was it, 2 spring trainings ago now? Yeah, not this past one, but the one before when we went in the traject machine. I would love to do some sort of challenge. I don't know how the Red Sox have one at Fenway. I doubt that they would let us use it, but like maybe next spring training, if we did a challenge where we like went in the traject machine, you're seeing real big league velocity, real big league spin and movement, and it's like and they have like TrackMan, so like they can tell you whether it was a ball or a strike back there in the computer, and you have fucking 1 second to tap your head and be like, yeah, no, that was not a ball or a strike. And
I thought you were gonna have us be umpires.
no, like you be the
We're in the
hitter.
box, and yeah, we play that role. I like that.
Like you have 1 second to be like, that's a correct call or that's the wrong call. I bet it's probably really fucking hard, especially when it's on the corners like that.
As a hitter, I agree, and that's where it's like I think it needs to be super obvious, and it can't be early in the game. And like Rafaela, if it's like 2 outs in the 9th, like tying run on 3rd, go for it. And we still magically have one, go for it. Like that's your time to shine, kid. any other time in the game, like, and to what you said, Steve, like if he was just rogue with that and he wasn't benched today, then I don't understand the Narvaez benching at all. Like what standard is being set right now? I love Rafael, but if he's rogue challenging when he's been told
I'm not saying he is. I'm not saying he's rogue challenging.
I know you weren't, but it's more just like, okay, then if that happened, which no one's saying, but if that did happen and he wasn't sat, but Narvaez was, like that's even stranger to this entire ordeal.
Well, I think there were some people like trying to theorize that like was Narvaez getting penalized for that initial first game, and maybe they had the meeting about it and he pushed back and was like, no, I felt like I should have challenged in that spot for Suarez. It's just, it all fits under the same umbrella of being a low IQ team. And, you know, you can look at Alex Cora, and that's been an identity the last couple of years. There's a credit, like you said, to the front office for the roster and the guys you've brought in that have kind of carried that. And it's also a reflection on the players as a whole, just not knowing the situation, not being aware, you know, and not realizing in those moments. Like, it's just selfish. What you're doing is an extremely selfish action to think in the third inning with nobody on in an 0-0 count that you deserve to burn one of those for your team. It's being a bad teammate. That's what that is. It's really nothing else to pin to it or address it. You're choosing whatever ego moment you're having in that spot over the betterment of the team in a more important situation, because in that spot, whether you started 0-1 or whatever it was going to be,
doesn't matter at all.
It's just not significant. It's not,
and that's happened
especially
too
for
much.
a guy who starts 0-2 constantly.
If you look at the challenges and the way, seriously, he steps in the box 0-2. If you look at the challenges they've had so far, it's a lot of inconsequential pitches in moments where it's like, is this really going to change that much? To that point, Jerry, I hadn't even thought of that. These guys should be doing, like, you know, in like you're playing pickup, or not pickup, you're playing travel ball growing up, and you had a loss, you had a bad moment, you're running all day the next day. Like, you are getting put to the test. If the Red Sox are screwing up this bad, they should have to do the trajectory over and over and over again to try to figure out, all right, let's get your percentages up because clearly you suck at this. You should have to pay a price. I was going to say kind of as a joke thing of like what the punishment should be. We're not really in a jokey mood right now, but there kind of sort of should be a punishment if you suck at this. Like, you should be held accountable if you suck at this. You really should.
I mean, the punishment should be, and this is what's going to grab their attention, because this, to me, has been the problem. I've talked about this in the offseason. It's the 2019 Celtics, like almost pictured like the same picture. You have too many playable players, and they don't all row in the same direction. And I think it's becoming pretty apparent pretty quickly. A couple of the outfielders really, really aren't liking what's going on right now. The ball Duran missed today was out, like the most insane thing I think I've ever seen on a baseball field. Like, that was crazy to miss a ground ball and just let it roll past you like that when it had been bouncing for an hour and a half before you. That's inexplicable. He's been not great at the plate after a really good spring, like an incredible spring. That didn't translate at all. I also love the World Baseball Classic. All of the Red Sox players outside of Ranger Suarez performed really well in the World Baseball Classic. I don't think it did them any favors that they were all on 12 different teams, because that's where you really see the lack of chemistry. But what I see right now is a lot of guys not promised long-term jobs, a couple of guys not even extended or have any sort of long-term protection in terms of earning power, that aren't guaranteed to play every day. So you start putting people on the bench for more than a game. You start putting people on the bench until they figure their shit out. This is going to change pretty quickly, but I don't know that they're going to do that. I think they're just going to keep doing what Craig has given them, and that's play a suboptimal roster kind of every game.
You don't think that we're going to get to a point, I mean, not, it wouldn't be similar to last year with the Devers trade, but you don't think that there's going to come a point sometime notably before the trade deadline that this team makes a decision to choose a path? Like, they haven't chosen a path in a year. But I think if they're going to look at this and say the lockout's coming next year, and if we're going to try to at least do something this year, or at least make the playoffs, have a winning season, at least if we're going to try to do that this year, they have to pick a path. They can't just keep trying to play, or at least put Alex Cora in the position where he has to play fucking musical chairs every single night.
I know people look at anything that involved Kyrie Irving on the Celtics as a huge negative. The 2019 Celtics not only won or made the playoffs, they won their first round series in demolishing fashion. They swept the Pacers. So when I say that, I'm not saying like this team's doomed, they can't do anything. I'm saying there's never, like much like the 2019 Red Sox, where that Mookie being his last season loomed over the entire season. This will loom. Do I think they're going to make a decision? There's nothing to point at that tells me Craig's going to make a decision on the outfield. He's had 2 off seasons to do this, and he has not. The Devers trade is not proof positive that he's going to do something about the outfield when he clearly has no interest in doing so.
I think he tried. I just think the Astros didn't want to play ball with like a Paredes deal with involving one of the outfielders.
According to Paredes, he's never hit a ball at Fenway Park, and he would be the worst player in the world if he got traded.
That was wild.
Well, it was also just like from a value standpoint. Like Paredes is a nice player, but he had less control than Jarren Duran at that point in time. So just matching up, it wasn't that simple. But I do think where the outfield is right now, and you saw it with them getting aggressive with Massa pinch hitting for Caleb Durbin, and then you saw it in the second game with Duran sitting in. That's the stuff to me. I know it's early in the year, and you can justify giving guys breathers and different stuff like that. When your offense is trying to find a rhythm, and Yoshida's looked, comfortable at the plate. He's being an OBP machine, right? You see all those things. It like with Jarren Duran and Masataka Yoshida, it's more important to me to get Jarren Duran going than Masataka Yoshida because you expect the bare minimum to be what Masataka Yoshida's is, but he's also the spark plug for you on the base pass and offers a lot of those different things. So when you are pulling some of those guys, I do think it's like Cora said it himself. It's not as easy. It's not this thing that you could just kind of simply do. Everyone thinks it's just you have all these good players and you just throw them out there and it all works out for itself. No, it's not that easy. If I was Cora, I would just stop forcing the issue. I genuinely would. I think you use Masataka Yoshida where you need to. Durbin, cool. Carlos Narvaez, you want to pinch hit him? Go for it. But you need to let these guys go out there and find some rhythm if they're showing none at all at this point in time. Yeah. And I think forcing the issue is just – I feel for Yoshida. I'd rather one upset player than other players who are failing to find their rhythm. Then you have multiple problems.
You got the whole team upset right now, more or less. And Jarren wants to play 162. We know that about him. He wants to be out there every day. He's not going to want to sit. He just isn't. And I don't blame him. He's one of the guys who hasn't been paid long term. Of course he wants to play. He wants to play center field. I don't blame him. He should want to do those things. And he's looking around at these other people playing over him like, I've done more than you have. Why is this happening to me? Like that, it's a completely rational human thought to have. I don't fault him at all for that. But I do fault Craig a lot for that. This was the most obvious fucking thing in the world.
You're not wrong.
Yeah, I don't know if I just connected. I think that's the hard thing for me. I'm looking at their offensive struggles as the reason because of the outfield log.
But their defensive struggles are there too. They're not playing any. Mikey, have you seen good clean baseball?
Zero. And no aspect of the game. We had Brian Bayo try and cut off a throw from second base.
That was a Manny move if I've ever seen it. Never saw that before.
To me, that's something that's existed before the outfield logjam. That's just who they've been. They haven't been.
Yeah, I referenced the dumb that seeped throughout the entire organization. That's part of it.
But I do think when you're talking for the outfield group in terms of things that defensively there's been big things. I think the only guy I really look at is Roman. I think Roman's had a couple throws this year that have just been very disappointing. He was 52nd percentile arm strength last year. He's better than what we saw in this series. That horrendous throw that Carlos Correa beat him at home. But no, you just watch the video. It's poor mechanics, the way he went to the plate. He's standing still, essentially, when he throws the ball. There's not really a great charge or anything or throwing with the baseball. Ceddanne Rafaela, I believe it was the second game on that ball to center field right off rip that he probably should have caught that ball. But, to some degree, I understand. It's Rafaela. We expect him to come down with everything. But I don't look at the outfield as the major defensive concern so far. I think it's more the Trevor Story stuff that, is at front of mind for everyone, and then your typical dumb moves you make on a regular basis.
Well, that's where I think Meyer probably stands there I'm way better than the old man over there. I could do this so much better at short. I don't know.
You don't play every day.
Listen, can we be that picky right now? I understand.
Do you want IKF playing?
Lefty.
Do you want more IKF?
Not necessarily, no.
I think that's the equation for them. And that's where your lineup and where it's at this point in time. You don't have the comfortability to punt against certain pitchers, especially left-handed pitchers, with the struggles you've had and the guys you lost from last year. Now, I would give Andrew Monasterio a shot if you wanted to talk about that route. But then you're also shaking up the infield even more when you've yet to find a defensive floor anyone's happy with.
That's kind of the point, though. Like, yeah, I can punt on the offense if the defense is also a massive negative. Like, I need something to back up the pitching, which is what I invested most heavily into. I didn't invest in the lineup, so why would that take precedent?
Yeah, I just think when you look at the pitching right now, like, yeah, there's been the story throw and that, but they're just getting shelled. Like, they're getting kicked around. So, like, we can talk about the defense. They just simply need to pitch better right now. We're not watching them and saying, can a couple of these plays would have saved any of their days. Ranger Suarez getting his shit kicked in. Brian Bale getting his shit kicked in. Like, those are just those guys failing to perform.
Ranger, I didn't have any expectations for based off of this. Like, we came in hearing, like, it's not going to be a long start for him. He still needs to get built up, whatever that means. Bayo, I expected to be better. And what were the whiffs for Bayo? Lou said 19. Something in like the third inning, and so it was right. He
didn't have a single start last year.
It's a ridiculous number,
and I do think that's a positive to take away from it, even though his stuff velo-wise is a tick down.
His stuff was down. He's also throwing a new pitch, but one thing that really bothered me on the Jordan ball that I think is just about landing, 3 consecutive low pitches that were all off speed. And that were progressively getting higher. Like that's where, again, the dumb comes into play. Why are we throwing one of the best hitters in baseball with a right-handed pitcher on the mound 3 of the same pitches in a row? I don't care if the last one was a curveball, the other ones were changeups. They're all off-speed pitches in the exact same fucking spot. You know he's going to hit one of them. Like, how stupid of a team are we?
Well, that was last year where, like, your pitching philosophy took over 2 months to figure it out. And then when it clicked, it was awesome, and you went on that run. But you don't have that kind of room.
Is it taking 2 months?
No, it's fair.
It's ridiculous.
This is why we were talking about Andrew Bailey
These aren't rookies
at that time. No, but there are new guys in the organization, right? And they're making changes.
Yeah.
And I think that stuff, like, Ranger Suarez is pitching differently than he ever has in his career. Last year, he threw the cutter 17% of the time. He threw it 32% of the time in this start. And you can say what you want. I know people are like theorizing on Ranger Suarez in different ways. His stuff is up from a velo standpoint. He's throwing harder than he did last year. But you have pitchers, doing different things. And we said it with Brian Bayo. Like, yeah, he's factoring the curveball in a bit more now, and that's kind of changing everything up. Even though the broadcast was mislabeling, and so was Baseball Savant. I think some of those are sweepers that they had a hard time picking up on. But those adjustments are going to be a real thing. And at the end of the day, they're the foundation for this team in a lot of ways. You make this offense trail early, good luck, because they're just not the type that are going to be able to punch back. So if you're getting down that quick early in games, it's a really bad recipe for the way this team's constructed.
There's few things that suck more as a fan than when you're giving up those early runs, and then when you just can't score in the first 6 innings. They scored 3 total runs in the series in innings 1 through 6. I would argue the vast majority of games are won between innings 1 through 6 over the course of 162, and this team's just putting themselves in terrible positions with the rotation right now. My biggest concern probably among 1,000 with this team is that everybody's tense. Everybody's uptight. Like, there's no looseness at all. You're seeing some of these weird routes in the field. I think a lot of these guys, as we've seen with past Red Sox teams, are like, I hope this ball doesn't come to me. I don't want to be the next guy that's going to botch it. I don't want to be the next guy that's going to have a throw home and it lands in the grass in the outfield. That's the first thing it touches. Like, that was the thing with the Roman throws where I'm like, we know you're not this. Like, I'm waiting for the ball to come in. When they go to the behind the plate cam, I'm like, where's the ball? I'm sure he threw it by now. And it's rolling in. And then Wong drops it. And Connor Wong's been Manny Ramirez so far, so I don't want to get on him too much. But it's the dumbs just stack up on top of each other. And everybody gets worried that they're going to be the next guy to fuck up. And that's my biggest concern, because that's been the Red Sox DNA for years now. I feel like every single season we come into it like, can we get some good, clean baseball? And you're just not going to get it with this team. And time again, those are the things that are going to cost you games. And I genuinely think most of this roster right now is worried about, I don't want to be the next guy to mess up. And you're going to lose every time. You're going to lose a ton of baseball games if in your head you're like, let's just make sure I can pass it to the next guy, and maybe he messes up or maybe he strikes out. I just don't want to be that guy. You need that unity in the lineup. You need to feel like it's an actual team that's stitched together. And right now it's just a bunch of individual pieces that have the same, city on their jersey right now. It sucks. Outside of that, they've been great.
I mean, the biggest positive through 6 games is like Chappie's super well rested.
Oh,
super rested.
He could start probably. I mean, he could
probably
go the whole
could.
game.
You're also
Whitlock,
gonna have to
37.
be-
What the fuck was up with that? The
Well, he's
37
leaving.
pitches for Whitlock?
He's leaving, so I think that was part of the reason why they were willing to let him pitch a little bit more.
Where's he
in that
going? Did
spot.
I just completely miss that then?
His wife's about to have a kid.
Oh, pop another kid.
Yeah.
He's going to Aruba.
That was, I mean, that was crazy. I didn't know.
Dude, you don't
like,
know that
was
he has
crazy.
his like
Yeah,
second
he
week
took time-
vacation coming up?
No.
Yeah, he's got his vacation. He's taking a vacation.
They wrote some stories about it today, but he's leaving. I guess he's going back to Alabama tonight.
That would be incredible if you went into Cora's
He's
office.
out.
I need some PTO, dude. Like this is we suck right now. We're 1-5.
Stressed,
You don't even
man.
need me. Like, what?
Yeah.
Exhausted
The miss-
from the WBC.
The missus sent me the flight info. It's cheap flights. We're gonna get out of here. So whoever you got in the 8, give Weissert that. He was good in the WBC. Give him those innings. That's fine.
We're never
This
in
dude's
a,
going on PTO during the season.
We never have a chance in the 8th, so what does it really matter if I'm here or not? Like, do
matter.
whatever you want, dude.
I also hear you guys get that bonus challenge in the 8th, so like you should be fine. Like if there's a close pitch, just like use that. Oh my god, in season vacation, I love it. Why not?
Dude, I just need a way to relax, take the edge off.
Yeah.
Me and
I mean,
wifey
I
go
gave
to
up
Aruba.
the winning run in the championship. Like I haven't got over it yet. Like I need a vacation skip, and I know we're only 6 games in, but just let
Skip.
me leave with my wife.
We do it every
Congrats.
year, you know.
She's gonna be real pissed. I'm gonna have to put you on the phone with her if you say no. Yeah.
Just yeah.
Just let me have this. Thanks. I'm thinking a full week, by the way.
He's leaving. Such an outrageous way to say it. He's leaving.
It's gone.
He's out
Yeah,
of
why
here.
not?
I mean, like the way you said it. I thought they were like, no, his contract ends in the middle of the season. They don't give
He's
a
up
fuck
after
if he
6
lives or
games in
dies.
2026.
Yeah.
That's when it runs out.
On the radio broadcast today, it came up a lot, and they're like, he's on edge. It could happen at any moment. Like he's,
Like
his
he's
phone,
popping the
he could
kid
have
out.
to leave. And I just always think of Pedroia getting the call back in the day, and he like goes out to play second, and they're like, you gotta go right now, and then he takes off. Like, I didn't want it to happen during the appearance, but it would have been kind of cool during the appearance if Cora came out and was like, you need to leave right now, dude. I don't know. I was kind of rooting for it.
I thought that was going to happen because he threw 37 pitches in a 6-3 game that they were
14
obviously
pitches
going to
back.
lose. Like, what was
Where-
going on? You got Christian Vasquez, who should have walked twice, by the way. Like, he swung it, whatever. This
Should be
Where was his
arrested for
wife?
letting
She
him
was in
home run,
Houston?
dude. No, she's
Aruba.
in Alabama.
Yeah. Why was he even there if she's that close?
I think he's just trying to be a good teammate.
I mean, he's got
That's
PTO
great
coming
and
up.
all.
You want to put in the work like right before you go on PTO. You want to leave a good taste in people.
Right, yeah. Yeah, like we're just gonna see fucking Garrett Whitlock posting margarita pics on the beach for like the next.
Well,
10
there's really
days.
like no players that like
Living it
leave
up.
unless they're going into labor, right? Like that's
Hammered.
when a player typically leaves.
Unless you're Big KJ.
I was going to say, this has happened. We have an example of this happening while
Kenley
games
was
are
just
going
like,
on.
I'll see you guys.
Oh
later.
yeah. Jeez.
What happened?
He's like-
Absolutely hilarious.
By the way, when Kenley just left early 2 years ago to go like watch the Dodgers win the World Series.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
charcuterie board
yeah.
he posted on his story or something like that. He's like,
Yeah,
I'm
that
eating
was-
good. I don't know what you guys are doing.
He's like, here we go, Doyers.
Yeah, I don't know what you guys are doing, but I'm out of here.
He's like 3rd in Stuff Plus right now, too. I don't know if you've seen that.
I did not.
MLB, I think it was either MLB or MLB Network just posted, which I loved. I love that they put that out there, the leaders and Stuff Plus. This was like 2 days ago, but he was like 3rd in baseball. I was like, shout him out. Still up.
I know I saw a picture of him the other day, and he like it was someone like standing over him in the clubhouse, and he just had the biggest smile. I was like, I don't think he smiled one time like that when he was a member of the Red Sox. I don't think there was a single day of happiness besides maybe save number 400.
That's
I
where
would
I
say
lost respect for the Netflix doc, is because I think when he tried to leave, that it was a scene, to put it lightly, and that just didn't make the cut. Like
No.
Kenley just abandoning the Red Sox in the last few days of the season, and then his teammates not taking kindly to that was just completely omitted from.
You know, it did make the cut, though, right, Jared? You know.
Me
You
calling
saying
Duran
Jaron
an idiot?
Duran's the worst
Yeah.
person of all time? Yeah, that
Yeah.
did make the cut. So we got to
Yeah.
get that in there.
That's-
Kenley, just completely killing the team and just leaving.
Ta-
Who cares?
I talked
Someone in the
for
DMs had mentioned Canley boys. Is that possible this year?
Oh, no.
Maybe.
Heavens, no.
Why?
Okay.
For a guy
There's
who only
chance.
throws changeups, no.
Kenley only throws cutters.
Yeah, so did Mariano.
I don't hate Canley boys.
He's
won't
got to
be a
be
part of
good. He's got to be good.
Yeah, and he's been good.
He
before.
wasn't last year.
Just cancel it out. Is
You're-
high low? You can
you're
cancel
being,
seasons
You're being a
out.
little negative Nancy tonight, Coley.
About what?
Everything.
Like what?
Your vibe is off.
I don't know. I feel like I'm pretty normal.
Smile.
No, I never smile.
See?
I was about
You
to
won't
say
smile.
that would make me more nervous.
Yeah.
He's just like,
I'm
If he
the
smiled,
same guy as always.
I will say, when the Red Sox are like this, I do think you get a very consistent Coley attitude. Like, I feel like when I've seen the Red Sox in these lows, this is the Coley we get.
When they suck in the exact way I say they're gonna suck, I get really frustrated that I got yelled at all fucking off season.
Not
When
by
I
me.
predict they're gonna win 87 games and people are like, "Oh, look at this negative fucking asshole," and they might win 10. You know what I mean? Like that's what they're on trending for.
But I don't think anyone thought the
Section
pitching was
10
going to
wins
look
this
like
year.
this to start the year,
Huh?
right? Like, I think everyone would have hoped the pitching was going to be better.
Yeah.
I think that was the one thing everyone thought
Sure.
they didn't have to worry about. But
And I haven't.
that's where
I'm not worried about the pitching at large. Like I think they'll be fine. The things I'm worried about, I don't like. Trevor Story was bad defensively last year. That's not going to get better. There's nothing that says the human male that he is going to get better athletically, eyesight wise, even moving deeper into his 30s. That's just not how that works.
Barry
it-
got
it goes
better that
back.
way.
Yeah, and he's on the Hall of Fame for some unknown reason.
Oh, actually, I do have a good example, and you'll appreciate it. Xander. Xander is probably the one example. In terms of metrics, where as he got older, for some reason,
Coley.
What team does he play for?
the San Diego Padres.
Oh, not the Red Sox. The stupidest fucking no defense playing team in the league. Interesting. I wonder what changed.
Not fighting that.
That's
but
the team.
no.
But you said for some reason. Like that's the reason. He's playing for a team that actually cares about defense. They took a bad shortstop
Well-
in Fernando Tatis
Oh,
Jr.
they didn't sign
and
him for his
moved him
defense.
to.
Yeah.
He was a good defender here. No matter what anyone wants to say, he was a fine defender.
He was okay.
And then the second the playoffs turned on, what was he? He was elite.
He literally has the worst contract in baseball. Like, let's not
It's an
act like the
awful
Red Sox
contract.
were
I said it
dumb
the
for
second it
not
was signed.
matching or exceeding that contract.
No one said that. Who said that?
I don't think he got paid for his defense. But I think when you're
No one
talking
said
where-
that either.
I think when you're talking where Trevor's story is at, you can attribute one game already to that situation, the Reds game. You can attribute it to Sonny Gray too, right? That second game. I do think when we talk about this series, like you're going to mention the defense and it being something that stresses you out and being concerned. But when you're talking about the two things in the series that like really ate at me, I'm looking at the pitching performances and I'm looking at the offense just being asleep, like giving you close to nothing, and guys clearly being in their head to a point where Cora feels the need to give them a blow just to reset. I hate hearing the word reset the first week of the season. Like, guys are that out of it already.
Hey, do what you got to do. I mean, at this point, got to
like,
blow a guy.
you've
blow
only
a
one of
guy.
those
Aruba,
things-
Clear your head.
Yeah,
Only one of those
get a-
things
get a
can
blowjob.
change. Like that's kind of the point. Only one of those
What do you
things
mean?
can get better. Like the pitching's going to get better. The lineup really isn't. They'll have
The
games. of
lineup
course,
can't
where
be
they
worse
score
than
runs.
this. They can't be worse than this.
They can be the
are-
same as this.
No, they're not this bad. I refuse to believe.
Weren't you
They're
the
not
one
gonna be
saying they
this
were
bad
the
all year.
Rangers of last year? Like
No,
the
I was
Rangers
saying
had
the opposite. I
What do
was
you
saying
mean?
I think they can be like an offense in the 10 to 15 range, not a bottom 10 offense like the Rangers were a year ago.
They're not going to suck all year.
Wilson
I'd be stunned if
Contreras
they
has
stuck
given
all
you.
year.
You've
He's done
gotten
nothing.
almost nothing from Wilson Contreras so far. I have a hard time believing you're going to get another stretch like this where he is useless. Caleb Durbin legitimately cannot be worse than the baseball he's playing right now.
He can't.
Roman Anthony even going through this stretch, like where after opening
Sure.
day, and it was nice to see the home run today where you're striking out 10 times in 17 plate appearances. Story's been struggling. Like there has been Ceddanne Raphael has been
He
going
does
through
that.
it. Of course.
He
But
does that
where
too.
everybody is completely out of it almost at the same time except two players, I think that's not going to be a regular occurrence for them. I don't.
No, but like even let's say Contreras starts hitting and then Williers stops like that. Now you're at the same spot you just were. Like, and why? Ian Kundle was texting me about this yesterday. He's like, why would anyone legitimately ever pitch to Roman Anthony right now? Like, why?
That goes back to
his protection does stink.
The last game in Cincinnati, where like they just pitched around him and went immediately after Trevor Story and went and did their thing. I think the lineup is clearly playing below its level right now. The ceiling, I think, is where you're going to argue like they can't be an elite offense. I don't think anyone looks at this offense as elite. Are they a bottom 5 or 6 group like they are right now? No, they're not. They're better than that.
I think they can. I think bottom 10 isn't like that crazy.
I don't think that's going to happen. I'd be surprised. I'd be very surprised.
Especially playing at Fenway Park, which is just going to up your offensive output, right? Just in terms of actual
Didn't I get mocked
numbers.
like a week ago for saying they'd be a top 5 offense, and like that wasn't like a bold enough prediction?
In the American League, I think you said, so that's probably wasn't too bold. Yeah.
I mean, we're all sitting here being like, now it wouldn't be shocking if they were a bottom third of the league.
We're not all saying that.
I'm saying the opposite of that.
Now?
I do not believe that.
I'd be stunned if they're not one of the better offenses in the American League eventually, but that means 15 teams. So, like, if you're top 5 out of 15, you're in the top third. Like,
I mean,
I think they can be in there.
Them or the A's? Who do you think is going to have a better lineup? But
I think the A's were a top 10 offense last year, and I expect them to be there again.
That's what I mean. But they're off to a shit start too.
They're 1-5 too. Yeah,
them and the White Sox.
So like they're going to bounce back. The White Sox probably not. Like you should be better. They fucking better be better than the White Sox. But Murakami might just hit 162 home runs. So you never know.
But Jarren Duran, like you're not going to get nothing out of Jarren Duran on top. Like we're talking about how many guys right now are giving you nothing, like absolutely nothing. It's just too many. It's not. You have been so bad that it's not sustainable to be this bad with the talent you have on this roster, and that's where you have to hope. The ceiling will not excite you. I don't think it's going to excite anyone, but they are better than what they're showing right now, and their pitching is definitely better than what they're showing.
And for the lineup, it doesn't help when you're down 5-0 in the third, fourth inning every game. Like that's a huge part of this.
I agree.
They'll be okay.
I mean, they gave Crochet the lead today.
Mm-hmm.
They
did.
did.
The one game.
And he said, I'm all set. Well, him and the defense were like, we're pass. We don't want it.
Something about Doinky do. I don't know, man. I don't like when they play in that park. There's just weird stuff that happens. T, I'm sure you caught this. And it kind of felt excusey. But Cora was saying about Anthony's tough game there and game 1 that he's like, people don't. Sometimes you don't see the ball right in this park. There's something about this park. And obviously he's got a lot of experience there. Probably an excuse, whatever. But I just feel like things get out of hand quickly in that park. It happens fast. And you look up and you're like, okay, game's over. That's great.
We don't know how to pitch to Yordan Alvarez. He's the highest OPS in the league.
Yeah, this is how you pitch to him. You don't. You just don't pitch to him. It's really not that complicated. Like the guy is a monster. He's arguably in the current game the biggest Red Sox killer there is. You can look at all the stats that were.
He has
going
the
on
highest
over the
OPS against the Red Sox of all time. It's like him, and Babe Ruth, and then Lou Gehrig.
It was everywhere. Like I saw those same stats posted 8 different ways, and yet you're like, let's throw this curveball right in the zone to you, and let's see if you can do
3 times in a row.
It's crazy.
Even when he didn't make solid contact, like he got jammed up and in and still fucking blooped a base hit in front of Duran and left. Like it didn't matter like if he was barreling it or if he was just putting the bat on the ball. Like the guy. I think it's like 28 games and he was hitting like 360 with like a fucking 2,000 OPS against the Red Sox. He has like 9 home runs, and like all those numbers didn't include the 2021 ALCS where he fucking hit like 600. Like it was crazy. Like it's like I fucking dominate this team, and you can take out the most important games where I also dominate this team and the numbers are still dominant. Yordan Alvarez is just a fucking freak. What I did say during this game in the Discord was when it was tied 2-2, it felt like they were losing. And then when Carlos Correa hit the 3-run home run in, what was it, the 5th? It felt like a walk-off home run.
It was the 5th because his pitch count was high for the 5th.
It was the 5th.
Watching it.
Yeah. When it was tied, it felt like the Red Sox were losing because it's like, oh, fuck, we still have to score runs to, like, technically win this game. Like, we can't tie this one. And then when Correa hit the 3-run home run, we were like, all right, so now we have to score from this point more runs than we've scored the whole game just to tie. So yeah, this one's over, and it was over.
Alvarez hitting 391 against the Red Sox in his career after today. Just entering today, 1264 OPS, 9 dingers. I mean, he owns them. I think and and I know your thing with Breggy was you should have walked him and all that. I rarely think it is the right call to like, nah, just put him on base. This was so obvious. You should have walked him in some of these scenarios, or at least don't give him stuff to hit. At least try to hit the edges or something, or pitch around him and essentially do like, I'm going to give you something, but it's an intentional walk while throwing pitches. Like, I can't believe the amount of basically meatballs that Yordan Alvarez got against this team. And you look back at the replays and it's like, why the hell is that pitch there to that guy? He's almost hitting literally 400 to you, and a lot of times you see those stats like, all right, dude, it's in 5 games. It's in like 30 games. He's hitting 400. Like, don't pitch to him. What are we talking about? It's crazy.
Crazy.
You just look right now. Like, Duran's hitting 167. Contreras is hitting 150. Story's hitting 138. Durbin's fucking hitting 0. Like, there's just
Yoshida,
cannot.
too.
Yeah,
he is, yep.
I'll give him
But
his
his
love,
OBP
though. He's
is
an
like
OBP
600.
king.
It's
He's
so
an OBP
funny.
king.
It's
Like,
so funny. I hope he never gets a hit, but he keeps his OBP above 500.
And, like, I'll be the first person to tell you, like, Trevor Story's miscasted in the number 2 spot. I would not bat
Correct.
there. I'd bat Wilson Contreras there. But still, like, you're going to get more out of these guys. They are not this bad. And you just look at last year when post-Devers, the life they lived in at that point in time. Like, they were post-Devers 14th in WRC plus and 8th in runs. If we're just talking about Wilson Contreras replacing the production that Alex Bregman gave you, why can't you end up in that ballpark again?
They can, and I think
That's
they will.
it.
See,
And I think that's
they will.
why we're talking and like looking at the games the way we are right now, and it's frustrating. I know people just want to say like it's over, like oh the offense, like I can't see how they're going to figure it out. They are better than the way they're playing. They're a group that's pressing and clearly just need a reset. They need to get back on track because they are more talented than what we saw the last 5 games or so.
Whoa, T, hold that thought. We got to talk about BetterHelp. Got to talk about the great folks at BetterHelp. There's a lot of people that listen to the 10, a lot of people that listen to BID that are already customers of BetterHelp, and we hear from them often. I've never heard of a bad experience. Never once. It's usually people thanking us for putting them on to BetterHelp, which is always a very satisfying conversation to have, talking about mental health journeys, talking about online therapy. And right now, we're taking a moment to celebrate women and all that they carry at work, in relationships and families, and in the many roles that they hold every day. March includes International Women's Day, a moment to celebrate women's strength and progress while also recognizing how much they carry every day. Between caring for others and managing unseen responsibilities, their emotional well-being can be easily overlooked. We want to remind women how much they matter and that therapy offers a space for them to take care of themselves in the way that they deserve. And here's the deal. BetterHelp therapists work according to a strict code of conduct, and they are fully licensed in the United States. BetterHelp does the initial matchmaking work for you so you can focus on your therapy goals. A short questionnaire helps identify your needs and preferences, and our 12-plus years of experience and industry-leading match fulfillment rate means that they typically get it right the first time. If you aren't happy with your match, you can switch to a different therapist at any time from their tailored recommendations. With over 30,000 therapists, BetterHelp is the world's largest online therapy platform, having served over 6 million people globally, and it works with an average rating of 4.9 out of 5 for a live session based on over 1.7 million client reviews. Your emotional well-being matters. Find support and feel lighter in therapy. Sign up right now and you can get 10% off at betterhelp.com/rocket. That's betterhelp, HELP.com/rocket. Coley?
So many people right now are just ecstatic. You started off on the road. Now you're coming home for the home opener. I can't relate. No one listening to this show can relate, but I guarantee you there are fan bases out there just pumped for the home opener in their respective cities. But how do you get to said home opener? I know T has no idea where Fenway is, for example. I'm sure there are a lot of fans out there who don't even know how to procure a ticket or even how to get to the venue to watch their favorite team, their favorite artist, their favorite anything. Well, lucky for you, we've got Game Time. Pick any MLB game. We're going to stick with MLB because this is a show that usually discusses exactly that. Pick any MLB game. Browse through ticket deals on Game Time because they have the best prices around. And the app is super simple to use. No matter what, they are going to be showing you the best prices possible with things like zone deals. Save even more when you choose a section and let Game Time choose the seats. You could be on the roof. If those are the best seats, Game Time will put you there. Maybe. Get a panoramic view from your seat in the app before you buy. So even if it is the roof, you could be like, hey, listen, Gaga was up here for the Super Bowl. That was pretty sick. She was able to jump down, get a closer view. Maybe that's how much this seat costs. Maybe who's to say? They have the lowest price guarantee, or Game Time will credit you 110% of the difference. Stand up, guys and gals, over at GT. Take the guesswork out of buying MLB tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code SECTION10 for $20 off your first purchase. Terms, buddy, they apply. Again, create an account and redeem code SECTION10, SECTION10 for $20 off. Download the Game Time app today. What time is it, T?
Game time.
They need a vibe shift. I actually care about this obviously too much, but I am interested to see if the Wally heads back. I am interested to see if they got something up their sleeve for a home run Selly at Fenway Park. I know I put too many chips in that pile, but like, you need stuff that's going to keep the guys loose. The season is so stupidly long, and it's one of the dumbest things in existence, 162, but you got to embrace it. You got to find ways to get over these brutal starts, these brutal stretches. They're inevitable. Starting the season like this just sucks, though, and I'm sure a lot of people listening, it just feels like we're watching the same movie over and over again. It's just constantly like, oh, here we go. Season started 1-5, 2-4, whatever. It's every single time starting from behind. And I mentioned it a lot, and I'm going to keep mentioning it. I still can't believe they haven't been in sole possession of first place in the AL East since July 30th, 2021. Just been in first place. That's not winning the division. That's not getting a, whatever pennant you want to put anywhere. I don't even know if they put the AL East pennants anywhere, but they do. Okay, outside, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. But still, that's insane. That should be the most embarrassing thing ever. If I'm Alex Cora, I have that in the clubhouse of like, you should be embarrassed that this is the case. And Cora plays a role in that obviously as well, but I still can't believe that's how it goes. And when you look at the standings and you get out of these starts, you're just playing from behind way, way too early. It's April 1st, and they're in a 5-game losing streak. Feels like that's illegal. That feels like it shouldn't be possible.
The Cincinnati games you could live with, and yes, obviously it was before you got on a 5-game losing streak. You can live with close games you lose. You can look at those and be like, they're in them. To play the games you did in Houston and you're out of them that quickly, that's just – those losses hit you harder than just one loss. It feels like you almost lost multiple games. And then guys get used to going through the motions and just, all right, man, we're down 6. We got to play the final 4 innings. It looked like the entire series was that. Like, guys, we just got to get
by the third inning.
And it's like, it shouldn't feel like that before the calendar turns to April. It shouldn't.
What?
It's April 1st, and they're 4 games out of first place.
Dude, that's crazy. That's like impossible.
When's the last time we left Houston and we were like, that went well? And Houston, like, they've obviously been good over the last decade, but they've been up and down the last couple of years, and still it's like, man, Devers struck out 21 times this series. Like, they just threw the same high fastball every time. Like, they don't leave. And then Houston comes to Boston, and the crowd's 90% oil tycoons for some fucking reason. Like, it's I don't enjoy playing Houston at all.
It's not fun.
They own Crochet. Like, that's a real thing, and it went into how he pitched
there.
today. So he's had 5 out of 34 starts where he's given up 5 runs. 2 of them are now against Houston in Houston. But even in this start, he went away from the 4-seam fastball. He leaned very heavy into the cutter, said after the game, like, that's the approach. That's what they told me to kind of do. And even admitted in the 5th inning, he kind of went away from it, and that's where the start blew up. So, like, that's something to keep an eye on. That's a team that's sitting on his stuff, and the 4-seam fastball specifically, which is down. It was not what we saw on opening day.
Coley, I was thinking the same thing, and I had looked it up before the show, because I swear we've done so many series finale pods out of Houston where we're just so pissed off and like, what the hell just happened? Like a bomb hit this team. 2-4-1 in their last 7 series. I thought it was going to be worse than that. They're about 500 all time in Houston. That's going to start factoring in teams that obviously have no impact on this team. The random fact of the day, they're 53-53 all time now against the Houston Astros. So there's that. And that's with the Astros sucking for a good portion of that time, and them being in the National League as well. But, yeah, it's Something about that park, man. Like, I really want to go there because it's got all the quirky stuff that I love in a ballpark. I miss Tal's Hill, too. That was so stupid. I love that. I've got mixed reviews from people that have been there, but something about when the Sox go there. And, of course, 21, we talk about that being fun. That sucked how that ended, pointing at the watch and everything. So it always just seems to go poorly when they play there. And that wall seems to be shorter every time they go. I swear it's just at shortstop.
I can't take the ballpark complaints from the team. Fans, I can understand.
No.
You
I'm
play
more
in
saying,
the same
no,
ballpark.
of course.
No.
I'm
I
not
know
even
what
using
you're
that as
saying.
an excuse. Yeah,
No. T earlier said like Cora was like it's hard to play here. You play in the exact same ballpark 81 times a year. Like what are you talking about?
Yeah, very similar dimensions. It is true.
Like,
I don't know what he was saying there.
Sack
But
fly.
what was he saying there, T, by the way? You saw the Cora line, right? Where he's like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
To me, it was one of those things where he's like trying to explain.
They're
away,
cheating.
and they're well, yeah.
He was like halfway through the line. He's like, well,
Yeah.
whatever. I don't know.
He's
Like,
trying to just like Roman. You know how it is. He's kind of looking at things. He's early. He's not on time. I think he was just trying to explain struggles.
Yeah.
And the reality is, it's really hard to explain these kind of struggles because the players on both sides of the ball are better than the way they've looked so far. Even with the flaws that we see on this roster, losing games like you did 1 and 2 in this series are just you just didn't show up. You just didn't show up. The game was over before it started.
If you're fucking up defensively, that's going to carry over to the plate too. So like,
Oh,
if
yeah.
the offense is going to get better, it starts on the defensive side of the ball. Like they are a Seahawks type team where like the defense is going to have to get the offense going.
and I think with Jaron, his defense has gotten his offense going before. And so if you're going to have him at DH, he just doesn't have that option now. That is something I'm really concerned about. And we had said it in past pods, but it's like, if Jaron's just sitting on the bench in his thoughts, I'm scared of that. I don't think I love that idea. And if that's going to happen a lot of times this year, that's not good for this team. So it's just, I do get back to that. I keep referencing the Cora line, but it is like he caught himself midway through kind of explaining why Roman has sucked in this series, and he's just like, whatever. He just like wanted to not even finish the sentence at that point, because I'm sure he's in that space too. And I think AC for the most part always handles the media well, but there were some times this series where I was like, all right, I'm looking forward to this post game. Like how's he going to handle these questions? How's he going to kind of excuse what's going on right now? And a lot of it didn't really have answers. Like it's the Sox have played so poorly. Your guess is as good as mine, man. This has been over and over happening, and obviously the common denominator is Alex Cora, so there's got to be blame to go around here, and hopefully they look different at Fenway. I don't want to get too pissed off before we've had home games yet, because there is a good chance that they'll play better at home than on the road this year, but who knows? There's no way you can go into the home opener feeling super great, and that just sucks, and we've said that a lot lately. That feeling blows. You want to be going into the home opener, I would say at worst at 500. And when you can't have that energy into the opening lineups, everything kind of, impacts the next thing. And when there's a ripple effect of negativity, it's hard to stop that, that wave at times.
It's also like the core is a big person who keeps, reiterating it's early in the year, right? He'll mention the number of bats every single time. There's a moment where it flips, and it flipped last year. I believe it was that Tanner Houck game at Steinbrenner Field against the Rays, where it just imploded.
I almost forgot they played there.
It imploded in the first inning. And after the game, it was
Who
like,
could forget the
fuck.
Steinbrenner Field game that flipped the season?
What did he give up, like 11 runs in 2 innings?
Yeah, it was so bad. And, he just got destroyed. And you heard Cora's tone immediately flip after that game. That will come at some point here. It didn't come today, but you heard it from a player. That's where it starts. And now you see, this is one of those little, what do you call it when you're at a pivotal point in your life?
Turning
Crossroads.
points.
You're at a crossroads.
Okay, yep.
If you show up at the home opener and you play great, you can change the vibes. If you show out in the home opener and you get your dick kicked in, then you're starting to slide and slide and slide. This is a moment where they have a chance to flip this thing. It's just, will they wake up? Will the messages sent by the players be something? You need to find a way, and that's where you cling to the momentum from Willier and Roman at the end of the game.
I wasn't pumped to see that the Padres are 2-4. I'm not going to lie, and that they started 1-4. I'm like, that's a team that's coming in here that's looking to kick your dicks in.
And
that's exactly what they're looking to do.
There's a guy who you're going to face in this series that should spark a little something for you.
Or that you should just be able to crush. Yeah.
That too. Yeah. If you can't, then we
got
have real
real
conversations.
Next show could be something.
Walker.
Walker.
Oh, okay. I was like, Pivetta just pitched today.
Oh, no,
I knew it wasn't him.
No.
No, I forgot Walker Buehler was still in the majors.
I would have enjoyed that so much, honestly. Like I love Walker Buehler, so I don't want to beat up on him, but like taking it to Pivetta would have been fucking great.
I think you hate Pivetta.
Me?
I don't think you've ever really been pro Pivetta at any point of this show's history.
I was like neutral Pivetta, I guess, but then like he became such a whiny bitch. Like when he was like
was that too last year though.
No, not like
I think Buehler
fucking
was much worse.
Yeah, I agree, Coley.
Yeah, like when they tried to put Nick Pivetta in the bullpen and he was like, I'm a starter. It's like, yeah, the worst one in the fucking league. Like you're going to the bull, and yeah, that's when he lost.
Buehler said the same thing.
Buehler legit was like, I'm gonna pitch the way I want. What you guys are teasing is not for me. I was like, dude, you haven't been a good starter in Major League Baseball since 21.
I don't remember that. I don't remember him being like.
Was that for the Phillies game?
Yeah, and then he went to a.
Oh,
yes,
he dealed there.
to the pitching lab during the All-Star break.
Yeah, he went to his own pitching coach. Yeah, listen. I think there should be some alarms sounding. Not that Walker Buehler is like a great canary in the coal mine. If James Tibbs is going to hit fucking 5,000 in AAA and become like Yordan Alvarez for the Dodgers instead of them trading, like I'm going to be furious, genuinely furious.
No, those are going to be real things, and like it's hard. I think people are having like the pitching lab conversation again, like they did at the beginning of last year and through those first couple months, where people are like, the way we talk about this, right? Like, are we hyping this up to be something more than it actually is? Because we obsess over the minor leagues, and you see that pipeline: the Toleys, the Earlys, the big three pitching group we now have in the minors. But last year, you had guys in Brian Bayo and Lucas Giolito who overperformed what their numbers should have seemingly been. If you look at the advanced metrics, those guys gave you way more than seemingly they should have. Lucas Giolito can't even get a contract right now, and I'm not saying he's that bad. He's getting fucked a little bit, but it's the way people viewed him. He was a 4 or 5 starter that pitched like a number 2 starter. So like there's things like that you grab. It was telling when they told Walker Buehler to go fuck himself for Richard Fitz at that time. Richard Fitz was the guy they were going to give starts over him. But yeah, I think with the major league,
better.
Yeah, with the major league pitching group at this point in time, I think people are looking for some of the guys they bring in to immediately show a little bit quicker here, especially when you're investing in them like a Sonny Gray and a Ranger Suarez. And that's the deflating part about what we're seeing right now, because we've only seen Early and Crochet pitch good.
See, what are you doing this weekend? You getting fucked a little bit?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Hell yeah, brother.
Thank you.
Happy for you.
Sad
that you're not going to be there. Huh?
Huh?
I said I'm sad you're not going to be there with us on Friday.
I'm heartbroken.
I am too. I was looking forward to embracing you physically.
It would have felt good.
Yeah.
I saw you the other day. We had a couple minutes.
Yeah, but you didn't touch me.
I felt your hands.
I don't know that you did.
We fist pounded.
Yeah, that's like
And
nothing.
then Ace tore
You don't
his
have any
pounded.
touch on the back of your hand.
Did you
Yeah.
say fist pounded?
Can you see the wounds? Ace was fucking me up, bro.
He'll do
He
that.
likes how I taste.
Was
Yeah.
fucking me, dude.
Yeah.
Ace likes
that's
how a lot of things does. Mikey
Yeah,
would know.
true.
That sounds crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was fucking Ace in the mouth.
Pause.
Like, whoa, easy.
God damn.
But yeah, that was the point I was trying to make. The Kyle Harrison stuff, like that's now everyone's talking Kyle Harrison. It's Tibbs. Those are the guys floating about, and yeah, those are moves, especially with Durbin struggling too. If other pitchers like Quinn Priester go to these spots and have success, yeah, more people are going to turn and point at Craig Breslow, especially when part of the reason you made the Dustin May trade last year because you got Kyle Harrison here and you couldn't get him right.
Jesus
Well,
Christ.
maybe they could. Like, I still think they should have just let him play Major League Baseball. He was fine the one start they gave him.
Kyle
I
Harrison.
think they were. Yeah, I think they were trying like way too hard. I still think that was a bizarre way to handle him. They obviously never wanted him. I think that was pretty clear, considering he's not here anymore.
Very, which just speaks back to the Devers trade, but those are the kind of moments where, where you are right now with Craig Breslow, you think back to 2022 with Chaim Bloom. That was really when his future was decided. That's what it was that season.
Yeah.
Post 21, you came in, the team did not perform the way it needed to, and you botched the trade deadline. At that point, they were out on him. They set restrictions, and he was out by 2023 September. If you're looking at the Craig Breslow timeline here, You had 24, which, hey, go figure it out. 25, wow, you made the playoffs. You didn't even make it as far as the 21 team, to be fair. And now what is this year going to represent for you? Because now people are looking at your trade histories, and, yeah, man, you have the Garrett Crochet trade. That will stick out, but you have a lot of trades, too, that aren't looking great at the moment.
Just decisions overall. Like,
True.
Heim was allowed to do the Mookie trade, too. So Craig was allowed to do the Devers trade, and he's not off to some like blistering start with San Francisco. That is neither here nor there, but that will also like kill you too. Like that's a delayed venom. That if your shit doesn't get right and it's not looking like it will, yeah, that will. And I've been thinking about it a lot too. Like with the lockout, I do think that gives me a little bit more time to learn like the ins and outs of the job, like the stuff I don't know. I know I could do the player acquisition part of it today. The rest of it, that I think gives me a lot of leeway with the lockout to actually be ready to hit the ground running when that comes back.
Would you hire me?
I think I would have the whole team involved in various capacities within the organization for sure.
I feel like I'm more of like an AJ Preller, where he just has relationships with the players.
No
and they
longer
like him.
hiring you.
Well, I'm set. Like, why the players like AJ Preller is because he'll like go and like get drunk with them, and he'll be like, "Yeah, like I'm one of the boys. I'm not like other execs. I'm crazy. Like I could do that. So I'm at least like the relationship guy with the players, and then you're the ruthless. I'm gonna.
I don't
make
plan
the
on
trade
having
that
a
fans
contentious
may boo
relationship.
now, but
yeah, I expect the fans to hate me. They do now, so that wouldn't be super surprising. But I don't plan on having. I plan on having a very open and honest relationship with players. Like, hey man, you might be out of here. We might not, but
welcome to the team. I'm probably gonna fucking trade you eventually, but right now, welcome to the team.
No, there are a couple guys day one. It'd be like, hey man, you know super how I feel about you. Like you are out of here. Like you should.
Coley and Duran aren't even seeing.
I was gonna say
Duran's gone before he
No,
walks in.
I mean, I told him in Jared's
To his
room.
face.
You did
Yeah,
say it
I
to
was
his
like,
face. This is why I'm trading you. This is
Yeah,
the reasoning right here.
I like, and he was like, "Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense." Like, I don't think I've ever been on. Every time he goes through a bad stretch, everyone tweets me like, "This is what you're talking about." No, it's not what I was talking about. The whole point was he was really good and had a lot of value. That was the point.
Yeah.
Anyways,
So yeah, the lockout's going to help a lot.
Yep. Yep. Steve.
Kalshi, bro.
Yeah.
Here's the deal, guys. All right.
What's the deal?
Here's the deal. I'm curious of where y'all stand. I think I know where Coley stands, but after the first 6 games of the season, I'm sitting here thinking, I wonder what the percentage chance is that the Red Sox win the AL East. Right?
The AL East. Not even just
That
make playoffs. This is AL East. Okay.
Just talking division, all right? Because before the season, I'm like, yeah, I think they can win it. Now I'm like, I don't know. It doesn't look too great. Kalshi's got it at 19% as the chance that the Red Sox win the AL East. Are we thinking that's too high, too low,
That's
just
too high.
right? Where are we at? Too
Yeah,
high?
I think that's too high. Yeah. So, I mean, again, this is not the Vegas wise guys that are making these lines. This is not Fangraphs and the nerds using their algorithms. This is fan opinion being pitted against each other. So, out of all the people that are trading on the Red Sox chances of winning the AL East, 19% of these people think that they are.
Yeah.
That is where it's at. I would say, I think Vegas Wise Guys should be the name of the A's. Like, I think that should be their
Vegas
new name.
Wise Guys.
I kind of like that. Hey, bang,
Hey,
what are you doing?
The Vegas knee breakers.
Hey, watch yourself. But yeah, 19 seems high. I don't think any of us. 15%? Can I get that? That's winning the division 1 out of 6 times.
No.
1 out of 6?
No.
He's thinking about it.
I don't hate
Yeah.
that. I don't. I'll take a shot at 15%.
I think 10's the highest I'd be comfortable with.
I'm
1
not
out of
even
10 of these times?
9%
Really?
is the best that I'm going to give you.
Yeah.
What
9
percent would
feels
you give
pretty
the Blue
fair.
Jays?
78.
They get you.
They're at
Savage
23.
back.
What?
Oh, what are
What are the
Yankees
Yankees at?
Like 50?
44.
Yeah.
It's the Louisiana Balloons thing. We've been over it.
Yeah.
Well, they also
So
have lost
they're
fans.
5-1.
Yeah.
No, I know. Yeah, they have the best record in baseball. That helps. Yeah.
They're not that good.
No.
I think that most years, and then they get to just walk to the playoffs every year because we're pretty.
It's got to be fun.
The Orioles are the Orioles. The Rays are the Rays. Like, I don't know. Like the Guardians will do this thing where they're awful for 2 months, and then they win 45 games in a row, and then they win the AL Central. The reason they're able to do that is like the Yankees don't play in the AL Central. So even if we do the Guardians play the rest of the year, we're still going to, at best, come in second. Like that, I think that's their ceiling. Realistic ceiling is second place in the AL East.
Fine with that.
Yeah, so here's where I'm at on that. If you were to ask me the Red Sox percentage chance of winning the division before the season even started and we actually got to see what this team looked like in real baseball games, I probably would have said 11%. I'm only down 2% from where I would have been preseason.
Okay.
I would have started way lower. I think in like my preseason predictions for BID, I had them as a third place team anyway. Like I had the Jays winning the division, the Yankees as the second wild card, the Red Sox as the second wild card, the Yankees as the first wild card, the Red Sox as the second, and the Orioles as the third. So I had all AL East teams. But yeah, like I have them as like the third best team in the division. So I didn't give them much of a shot to win the division from the get-go. Watching them play baseball doesn't really move me that much, but
yeah, not the best baseball, I'd say, so far, probably.
No, and the other thing, too, about the people that are like, oh, the last time that they started off 1-5, they didn't make the playoffs. Yeah, that year they didn't have the 3 fucking wildcard teams either.
It's also like there's multiple teams
sauce.
the last 3 seasons that have made the playoffs with a 1-5 start.
Right.
So it's like, it's out there.
You can go, like, the start thing really doesn't matter to me. You can go 1-5 at any point in the season and you're not pumped about it, but it is a blip on the radar in totality.
And it's how you lose, right? And that's where the traits from last year, like you want to be a pitching. Craig Breslow crafted this team to what his vision was. And yeah, we know the original vision had Alex Bregman. The next vision was run prevention. Run prevention. You don't prevent runs, man. Runs aren't being prevented. They just aren't.
Reed.
So until you can play defense, until you can pitch the way you need to.
Austin Theory.
Mm-hmm.
Braun Breaker. Steve?
We have 96% of the season left. Just want to let the people know that.
That's a good chunk, right? You know?
Yeah, it's a good chunk. Wait, actually, let me check it. Yep, that's a good chunk. That's a really good chunk.
Right? Like imagine like you know, you're watching the movie Titanic and you still have 96% of the movie left. Like you're probably not even on the boat yet, right?
I think he's just getting the ticket, if we're being honest, at that point. Yeah.
Yeah, when you have 96% left of the movie Titanic, you're not even, there's no peril, there's no danger. We haven't met the cast of characters that are going to take us on this oceanic voyage. So let's all just fucking relax, okay? Let's everyone just shut the fuck up for a minute and just breathe in that Fenway air that we haven't even gotten into our lungs yet. We haven't even played a game at America's most beloved yet. Mm-hmm. Let's everyone just fucking relax. Chill out.
Get to AMB. Get to AMB, and then we'll be okay.
Get to AMB. Are you fucking relaxed, man, or what?
I'm fine, dude.
That sounds like the tone of someone that's not fine.
My heart's not even beating. I'm so cool.
That's not good either.
Right, yeah.
T's been overly positive, I would say.
You think I'm overly positive? Really?
I think you're doing fine.
More than
you're
I
completely
expected,
juxtaposed
I'm fine
to
with
me.
it.
So yeah, I think you're. I like they're saying you're being not chill and negative. Like I think that's a mischaracterization.
I definitely can lean positive at times, but I just don't believe they're this bad.
No, they're not.
You want to have a
that's like
sleepover
the
this
I
season?
sure hope not.
They're not 33 and 129. That's what this would be.
That would be tough. I think.
I don't think they're a
everyone
bottom
would
10
be-
offense. Like I have a hard time justifying that based on what they were post Devers last year. But yeah, I'm not gonna. We've made predictions and conversations about this team for months. And while the 6 games, 5 out of 6 have blown, it's not going to move me dramatically from what I think 162 is, because I've been through these ups and downs a million times. And I do think a cool part of what we're seeing, and this may not be cool to everybody, there's a lot of people watching the Red Sox right now that have not been watching the team in recent years. And you see it, like the John Henry, like there's a lot of John Henry screaming out there, which we all have our issues with the spending and everything and all that. Just different people. I've seen it from everybody. Like people who aren't used to the ups and downs of a 162 game season.
Anybody in particular?
Dave. I saw Dave tweeting out some of the John Henry stuff and being
he texted me today.
It's cool. It's cool to see guys like that getting back into baseball. I'm pro it. I'm sorry.
You're supposed to say, what'd he say?
It was something about John Henry.
No, dumbass. I said he texted me. You're supposed to say, what did he say?
What did he say?
He said, I'm glad we didn't hire you to cover this dumbass team.
There you go. But no, like I'm not in the mood to cry about like spending with the Red Sox right now. Like they're 6th in spending. Should they spend more? Yeah, they should be at $300 million. At the same time, like this team, they shouldn't be this bad. The roster is better than that. So I'm not going to sit here and cry about the money being spent on the team when you could have made better roster decisions and roster construction issues. I think those are a larger topic at this point in time, and
how
just underperformance. Yeah,
I think the number they're
resources.
at right now is like they should be top 5 to me. If they're going to be 6, I'm not going to be like, oh, you fucking cheap bastards, when they're like $4 million behind the team ahead of them.
I don't want to have the 23 and 24 talks where they're under the luxury tax and it's fucking, you can't have the conversation. They're over the second luxury tax right now. Like that shouldn't be the forefront conversation we're having.
No, the number is fine. It's who they've spent on.
No, but I do think the overreaction we're seeing from people, while it can be annoying at times on Twitter, it's also a lot of people who are trying to get back into the Sox. And that's part of what makes me mad, because I feel like they had a chance to start the year and suck people in with the sport being hot, with the playoff run they had last year. And you don't want to do what you did in 22, where like you had that hype to start the year, and then the Xander drama and everything by the deadline, people were like, I'm good. And then they were good in 23 and they were good in 24. You finally got them back to a degree this past year. Don't waste that. Please don't waste that, because, man, I hate indifference, and that's what it felt like for a long time. I'll take anger over indifference 10 out of 10 times.
Yeah, I'm angry, like not ever indifferent. I mean, this like is my
We're the
job.
sickos.
You know what I mean? Like I like to Dave's point. Yeah, our livelihood depends on this team being not ass, and they're currently ass, and it does bother me about like, that's why I keep coming back to like the team top to bottom, no, and individuals, but the individuals were just all unbelievable the second they weren't with each other on different teams. So it like the talent, to your point, T, for sure. So why can't it meld really ever? That's a problem. It's a problem in the house. The call is coming from inside the house.
Agreed.
Too bad. Let them play a home game first. Come on. Mm-hmm. Play a home game first. You know? Okay. Wait. Is it weather Stop and Shop or Stop and Shop weather?
Stop and Shop weather.
And then we make the predictions after the weather?
Mm-hmm. SWP, just remember that. Stop and Shop weather predictions. Soup.
When I go to Stop and Shop, I can cross off everything that's on my list.
Tactical move! Incoming!
Stop and Shop. Look ahead. Stop and Shop.
Fuck yeah, fuck yeah.
Look ahead. Red Sox win, leave them dead. Red Sox win, I'm seeing red. Stop and Shop, we look ahead. Red Sox win, leave them dead. Red Sox win, I'm seeing red. Stop and Shop, we look ahead.
Fuck yeah, fuck yeah.
What's better than having to Stop and Shop, getting it done for all of you?
The Stop and Shop look ahead, brought to you by Stop and Shop. Head on down to Stop and Shop right now. You can get 10 cents off your tangerines when you buy at least 5 pounds of tangerines only at Stop and Shop. The San Diego Padres are coming to town this weekend. We have a live show at Game On before the game on opening day, Friday. What is it, Mikey? Doors at 10, but we go on at like fucking noon.
That's correct.
Shit?
That's correct, Jared. Type shit.
Shit. All right. So if you want to get there early, we'll be there early. Shout out to my mom and my sister. They're running the merch table. They're setting up, I think, to be ready to rock by 10. Yep. So buy a shirt from my mom, or like, what the fuck? Like, why you ain't buying a shirt from my mom? You know what I'm saying? We'll be ready to rock. By the way, Mikey, free Blue Moon is what we're being told.
Couple 2 tree, if that's what the kids are saying.
Oh my God. So yeah, I guess it's kind of just going to be like Moon's Mania Friday at Game On before opening day. All the fellas are going to be there except for T. I believe he's shooting a commercial for 310 to Left and Corona, you said?
Yes, at the same time. It's a big collab we have coming up.
Sick. That's sick.
We're also
Sick.
celebrating Jared's birthday that day, so come out and celebrate.
Nah, I didn't even like that. I didn't even like that, though. I didn't even like that. It's not even like that. Yeah, so it's going to be Sonny Gray ruining my birthday in Game 1 against Michael King.
From?
The BC boy from fucking... Is he from Rhode Island?
That's correct. Warwick, Rhode Island. He went to Bishop Hendricken.
Yeah, he did. And his dad is an ice cream truck driver.
Gaga's Ice Cream. He made an ice cream. It was called Gaga's Ice Cream. I don't think they sell it anymore, but you can find out more about that in the Michael King Slab Live if you want to go back and watch it.
Check that out on YouTube, Mikey. It's a good one. It's a good one. Game 2 is Saturday. This one's at 2:10 p.m. as well. This is Connolly Early against Randy Vasquez. And then in the finale, it's Ranger Suarez versus Walker Buehler.
Saturday game's at 4:10.
All right. Whatever, dude. I'm just reading what's here.
No, you're good. I just want to make sure I had it right for the thing coming up.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just reading what's here.
All good.
You're doing a great job.
Yeah, keep going, Jerry.
I'm just reading what's here. Mikey, you have the Stop and Shop look ahead, right?
That I do.
Can you pull that up and tell me what time it says for Saturday?
Stand by, my friend.
Standing right here. I'm going nowhere.
10
I'll
toes
be right
down.
Here. Yep. I'm dug in.
Says 2:10.
I'm dug in. Yeah, it says 2:10, Steve. So unfortunately, I'm not
that game's
wrong.
at 4:10.
Unfortunately, a couple of these dates were wrong as well, so I had to go back and change those on the Stop and Shop look ahead on Patreon. But we figured it out.
All right.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's 2:10, like Mountain Time, for sure.
Yeah. If you're in Colorado, that is a 2:10 start on Saturday.
Yep. That's what I meant. So shut the fuck up, Steve. Yep.
It's a Blue Moon thing, Colorado.
Yep. That's how time works. It's not. Put it this way, Steve. It's not the same time everywhere, right?
No, that is fair.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Am I wrong about that?
No, you're right. I just know how this would go if this was flipped. That's all.
So you want me to be suspended, Steve?
No, not at all. I just know what would happen if I got this wrong.
Oh, by the way,
yeah, what's up?
People were telling me about what was on the Reddit about people
this
were
is getting
like,
out of hand. No one's telling
Steve,
you. You're just looking
Steve,
at it.
You think I don't have friends? What are you trying to say? You trying to say
people
I don't know people?
Tell you, but T, do you think he's looking at the Reddit?
I think he has people. I think he has a lot of people.
Oh man.
Yeah, like it's super. Like, all right, Steve. Put it this way: it's super plausible that Mikey, who I talk to on the phone 5 hours a day minimum every single day, could have been like, "Yeah, I saw on the Reddit X, Y, and Z." Like Mikey, give or take, on average, how many hours do you think we spend on the phone every day?
Couple 2 tree.
How many
That's
times
me and
have you,
Mikey, too.
unprovoked, brought up the Reddit, Mikey?
Yes.
I'm not kidding. The last time I did that was Kowloon, and we already discussed that.
So you haven't been doing
No,
it.
I haven't, honestly.
Interesting, because that was Jared's thing. He just said you've been telling him.
No, he didn't say that.
That's not what I said.
Oh, he did.
I said that's not what I said. I said I have friends that told me, and for example, I said Mikey is one of them who has pointed out things on the Reddit. I did not say Mikey was the person who told me about this thing.
You said he's your friend that you talk to about stuff like this for 5 hours a day. but he
And I
hasn't
said,
done it.
and what I said was Mikey is someone who has told me about something that's on the Reddit. He has.
Sure, but you brought up the 5-hour phone call specifically, not Kowloon.
Yep. Well, I
Right.
mean, we talk a lot.
No, that was big time checkmate.
See, this is
Anytime
where
you're
I'll-
hearing
this
like
is-
it's plausible that I think
No.
someone's guilty. That's a guilty
this
phrase.
this is where I'll miss Jake is because he would just blindly lie for me, and now I feel like you guys you're attacking
all the
me.
time.
Mikey's been taking your side until I put him in a legal box.
Yeah. So anyways,
Yeah.
I was told that people
Mm-hmm.
on the Reddit wanted me suspended for not knowing who Key and Peele were. But if
Yeah.
you listen to the next 20 seconds of the show, I Googled them and I was like, oh, I know these guys.
But you had to Google them to know who they were, and they're massively popular.
You know what else is massively popular? Me punching you in the fucking nose if you tell me that I'm going to get suspended.
Yeah,
one
for
more
a certain
time.
part of the audience, I'm sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So I can't justly just sit here and be like, all right, I'll take a suspension for
The
not
person
knowing.
doing the punching would be pumped about that.
You know
Take
who
a
else would be
suspension.
pumped about this thing happening? Me. It's my fist. Bang.
for not knowing something that I knew, and it's on the show. It's on tape.
Dude, I take it back because obviously you're doing Colorado time. I get it. You're always thinking about those people. You got one of your new best friends out there in Colorado.
Sharon,
You said there was some dude that you thought was super cool out
Ben.
in Colorado.
Ben.
Yeah.
but he's from there. He lives here now.
No, but again, you're just looking out for him. He lives here. He probably listens to the 10, and you're letting him know when Saturday's game starts.
I-
Well,
I'm
probably
sure he
didn't
does
adjust his-
now.
He
I'm
didn't
sure he
adjust
does
his
now.
clocks, probably.
No,
He
of
works
course.
he works for a major corporation that we might be entering a partnership with at some point.
Hundo P. Yeah, what are the pitching matchups?
I fucking
he-
told you
He
already.
did say them all. He did.
Are you going game by game?
I already told you who's pitching, Steve.
All right, this has been smooth.
Steve.
Yeah, what's
Yes or no? Did I tell you who's pitching?
I'm being told yes.
So you're saying that you weren't listening. You were just waiting to attack me.
I was listening. I thought you were going game by game. I thought you only said the first 2 games of the matchups.
Tate?
Yeah. Did we talk Walker Buehler?
Yeah, here's the thing. I haven't heard Bueller's name yet.
So he brought him up. That's Suarez v. Bueller, but I think the time of game 2.
It was
is
just
when
I
you
couldn't
checked
get
out.
over it. That's when I
that's
couldn't
when you
get over
checked
it.
out.
Yeah.
I didn't hear anything after Michael King in Rhode Island. Did anything happen after that?
I heard 210 and just immediately ran to the MLB app. I couldn't get over that.
I've been blacking out.
Yeah, no. Jerry said it would be Suarez v. Bueller because I was thinking, like, man, if we think Durbin's going to get booed, Suarez really can't
Oof.
fuck that one up.
No.
And he
Jerry?
Am I good?
Yep, Jared.
Yep. Sonny Gray, 4 innings, 6 hits, 4 runs, 3 of them earned, gave up a bomb, 1 walk, 5 Ks, no decision in his first start for the Red Sox. Extremely sinker heavy, 31%. He has not been a sinker first pitcher since 2021, and it has only been the top pitch in his arsenal for 3 of his 13 seasons coming into 2026. That'll be something to watch. His best pitch last year was his sweeper, which got uncharacteristically mashed in his debut. 42% whiff rate, 151 batting average. The spin was up 100 RPM. His 2025 trend of dominating lefties and struggling versus righties, that continued. He's going up against Michael King. 5 innings, 1 hit, 1 run, 0 earned, 4 walks, 6 Ks, got a no decision. Had a great first year in San Diego during the 2024 season, 7th in Cy Young voting. His 2025 season was derailed by injuries. Just 73 and a third innings. He was fantastic in his season debut, only allowing a single in 5 innings pitched to the Tigers. Changeup is deadly. Connolly early, 5 and a third, 5 hits, 1 earned, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts, got a no decision. Velocity is a common talking point about early, and in his debut, that was a positive sign. He averaged 94.4 miles per hour. That's up from just a flat 94 in 2025. He topped out at 96.1 in the first and the fourth inning. Definitely a little gassed, as only 2 of his 4-seam fastballs in the 6th inning were 92.8 and 92.5. For his career, Early has allowed 6 total earned runs in 2 in innings 1 through 4, 2 in the 5th inning, and 2 in the 6th inning. Randy Vasquez, 6 innings, 2 hits, 0 earned runs, 3 walks, 8 strikeouts, got the dub. Had 8 strikeouts in his season debut, which was the second highest number of his career. He's only ever had more than 6 strikeouts in a game twice in his 60 career games, and averaged 5.3 strikeouts per 9 last year, so obviously not a big strikeout guy. He's got some good zip on the 4-seam. He does absolutely stink against lefties, though. It's an 825 OPS in over 500 plate appearances against lefties. That'll be something to keep an eye on. The Red Sox got plenty of those guys. Ranger Suarez, 4 1/3 innings, 7 hits, 4 earned runs, 2 bombs, a walk, 3 Ks, and got the L in his Red Sox debut in Houston. Cutter and sinker simply didn't fool anyone in his debut. The Astros were 7 for 16 with 2 bombs and only 1 strikeout. He did induce a lot of soft contact with 6 balls hit below 80 miles per hour. He had 6 whiffs, and 3 came on the curveball, 3 whiffs on 4 swings, 2 of his 3 strikeouts. Walker Buehler, 4 innings, 5 hits, 3 earned runs, 1 home run, 2 walks, 3 Ks, got the L. This is pretty much what a Walker Buehler stat line looked like with the Red Sox. So let's just hope that he does that again.
When I look ahead, and you wind up dead if you don't listen to what Steve says. Even then, you might still wind up dead. Caught in a tornado, get smoked by your neighbor shed. When I look ahead, when I look ahead, Billy's got me bears. With your mouth.
Weather look ahead, brought to you by Billy's Gummy Bears.
They chew those with your mouth, I believe.
You chew them with your mouth. That is correct, Jared.
Yep.
The Red Sox finally return home for their first series at Fenway Park in the 2026 season. Game 1, Fenway opening day, right after Section 10 takes over Game On. Be there. 2:10 p.m. Eastern first pitch, cloudy, 56. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. What time are you getting there?
What time are we getting to the game?
Oh, to the fucking thing at Game 1.
Oh, 10 a.m., 9 a.m.,
Is Dan coming?
7 a.m.?
Is Dan coming?
No.
Why?
You got to ask him. I'm sure he's working on something.
It's true. He's a busy guy.
56 degrees. Sun might
Is
peek
Alan
in at
coming?
point. Is AP going to? Probably not.
Why?
Moving stuff into the new Cape House?
You guys got another Cape House?
New Cape House. Sold the other one.
So
Got a new one.
you sold. All right. You didn't tell me that.
Okay. It just happened.
When?
Like a week ago.
That's a long time, right? You know, I feel like we've talked
Shout
since
out.
that.
Shout out Chatham. Yeah.
Are you going from Chatham to Chatham or what?
Chatham to Chatham. Yep.
Okay. All right.
5% chance of rain, 12-mile-an-hour winds for that Fenway opener. So not the best, but folks, that's way better than what it was looking like just a week ago. Looked like we might even get a blizzard for that game. Not going to happen. But if it's the ice cream, I'll take it. Game 2, Saturday, 4:10 p.m. Eastern. First pitch, mostly cloudy, 45 degrees. That's no bad. 4% chance of rain, 16-mile-an-hour winds. That sucks for Saturday. No, that's really bad for Saturday. And it starts at 4.
It's gonna rain.
Game 3. What's up?
Is it gonna rain?
No, but get ready, Jared. Game 3, Sunday, 1:35 p.m. Eastern, first pitch, 57 degrees.
The fuck
rain.
did you tell me to get ready for?
You said, is it going to rain? And I'm saying get ready because it's going to rain on Sunday. That's what I'm saying. That was the point. Get ready does not always mean 76. Get ready does not always mean 76.
What is that?
What do you keep hitting that? Stop hitting that. You knew it wasn't going to be 76,
no,
dude.
I did.
You exist around here. Is it 76 right now, Jared? No, it's not even close.
I get all
Stop
my
hitting
weather.
it.
Hold on. What the?
Stop.
Why? I get all my weather from you.
So let me say it, huh? That would be great.
Steve, I don't.
You said get ready.
You said get ready.
Because he said rain. He said rain, dude.
Oh
my God.
What you're saying, Steve. You're not wrong syntax-wise, but in this segment, get ready, absolutely. It's either 76 or
But we got to use common knowledge here. It's obviously not going to be 76 on Sunday. This is good. This is good. Good job, Jared. This actually fits here. You normally do this when it doesn't fit.
Yeah. All right. We need to get our composure here because.
Yeah, we do.
I think you told me to get ready during the weather segment.
You said
that is, and then to be like it's actually not going to be 76 degrees and it's going to be like a shitty day. That's like taking your puppy for a walk.
What is that like?
And you're like, oh, you want a treat? You want a treat? And then you just take the cookie jar and you smash it over their head. Like that's what it felt like you just did. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Am I?
Yeah, maybe you are wrong. Game 3, Sunday, 1:35 p.m. Eastern, first pitch, 57 degrees, rain. It doesn't look great.
How much?
It doesn't look great.
How much rain?
It's a 70% chance of rain, but that goes down as the day goes on. 14-mile-an-hour winds. All of this doesn't look awesome, but folks, as you know, the Padres are in town. They play their games on the other side of the country, so they're going to try to get this game in. Of course, we're doing this on Wednesday. That's for Sunday. Could change from now until then. But
for your sake, I hope it does because this does not sound good.
No, I won't be there. So, but if you're going, I hope you're all right. Hope you're all right.
That doesn't sound genuine either. But
if you're going, I hope you're okay. I genuinely do.
Since when have you given a flying fuck about people affected by the weather? Never.
So rather blah weather weekend at Fenway Park, which we probably could have seen coming because that's what it does in April. But whatever. That is your weather look ahead. As always, brought to you by Phillies Gummy Bears. You chew them with your mouth.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, thoughts and prayers to everyone who's going to the game on Sunday because this does not sound good.
No, I do like when you use this when rain is in the forecast. It's a nice touch.
This is not me. This is the weather gods. Okay.
Shout out weather gods.
I don't know, man. I hope it doesn't rain because it's that would suck.
Mm-hmm.
T, when do you think your first Fenway appearance is going to be this year?
I'll be there before the end of April.
Doubt it.
Watch. I'm just going to go, and one night you're going to be like, wow, T's at the game? And it's going to be like, yeah, he's at the game.
That's exactly what I would say. Like, if I just...
yeah.
If I was just
what else would I
there
say?
on my couch, and it was like a Tuesday night, and I looked at my phone, and I saw that you were at Fenway, I'd be like, wow, T's at the game?
That's what's going to happen.
Yeah. Well, I'd probably be angry because you didn't tell me.
You want me to tell you if I go to a game?
Yeah, like you go to like 3 a year. Like I'd be like, all right, yeah, cool. Not that I would, intrude. Like if you're going with Martha or like your mom. Or your sister.
No. But I do think I'm gonna go to my most games ever this year. I think I get to 10 games this year.
That's crazy.
Thank you.
That's like Caleb Durbin been like, I think I'm popping 40 this year.
And him saying it after these 2 series. Like,
wait till you see this pull air percentage, baby.
Okay. Whatever. Coley, do you have any final thoughts tonight?
No, series predictions.
Oh yeah. You know what, dude?
God,
Fuck
dude.
me.
What are we got?
Whatever, dude. Whatever.
Who was that for?
Him.
Wow.
That's for him. That's for him.
That was crazy. I mean, these final 3, I know it's the beginning of the season, but this is our bread and butter. This is how we end the show.
I know.
And just crazy. Did we predict this series?
SWP,
No.
SWP. Come on.
It's just disheartening. It's just disheartening.
I mean, it matches how the Sox have played.
In my defense, because 2K and Mikey were thrown into a situation that they weren't necessarily prepared for. We were like, we're going to cap this show at an hour and a half so that you guys can like focus on the edit because they have to turn around and do BID tomorrow morning. And we're at 2 hours and 15 minutes. So I was just, that's on me. I was trying to keep it moving, you know? So, but I still took the suspension.
You know, definitely deserved. Before you got here, we had said around 2, and we're pretty much keeping true to that. I got Sox taking 1 out of 3. Xander Bogaerts hits 45 home runs.
45. That's a lot of home runs. I don't know if you realize that.
That's what I got.
Okay.
I'm looking at the numbers again. It says 45.
Okay. Are they gonna win on my birthday?
Nope.
No, I think we take. I think Randy on Saturday is in for a tough one.
So we got the sandwich series.
Yeah, right now. I mean, I trust Connolly more than anyone else.
I agree.
Of the 3,
oddly enough. Okay, Steven?
Yeah, I'm going to go 2 out of 3. I say win Friday, and we can just act like this last week didn't really happen outside of opening day. I do have my birthday gift ready for Jerry. I'm a little like, we're going to be there, so I don't know if I want to, because then you're going to have to carry it around. I don't know if that's the best thing to. Okay, so there you go. Yeah, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited for the flyover per usual. I hope it's jets and not helicopters. Nothing against helicopters. It just doesn't really hit the same.
I hope it's like a hot air balloon.
That would be actually hilarious. Yeah, if it's something out of the blue, then sure, let's mix it up a little bit. I got to say, it's a rough day to be a Secco in the Fenway Park area on Friday. That much I know. And Jared, the Red Sox have scored the 5th fewest runs in baseball and given up. Jared, I thought you pinkied. Jared?
I switched. I'm Ubering on Friday.
I will definitely do the same. The Red Sox have scored the 5th fewest runs in baseball and given up the 5th most runs in baseball. That is bad. Let's get the bats going. Let's figure this out, okay? Let's breathe. Loosen up a little bit. Have a home run celly ready. If they don't have a home run celebration ready, I'm going to be very upset with you guys.
I agree.
So have it ready. And Sox, 2 out of 3.
Tyler?
Thank you. I'm going to go 2 out of 3. If you lose to Walker Buehler, then I'm going to start doubting anything I've ever known in my entire life. Sonny Gray and Ranger Suarez, I can't believe both of them are going to be bad in back-to-back starts either. So I'll take a win with Ranger Suarez in the series finale and give me a Connolly early win over Randy Vasquez. Michael King, it just feels like he's going to shove, and I'm going to have to hear how he's technically local, even though he really isn't. But I know he went to school here, but I get it, yada, yada, yada.
This is my take. Michael King is more local than fucking Cam Schlittler is.
That's correct.
Yeah,
okay, I'll ride with that.
That's correct.
And I also just love the idea that like Connolly early has a 115 FIP in his first 5 regular season big league starts. Like his regular season numbers are absolutely ridiculous. So yeah, give me they dropped the first game, we panic even more, we get to 1-6, and then they win 2 in a row.
Okay. I think they get swept.
Probably.
Yeah, I think they get swept. I don't think any of the games are particularly close either. Tate?
And my prediction for the first game is that why Whitlock is having his baby delivered, they blow a game in the 8th inning.
Well, he's in Aruba drinking a fancy drink. Yeah. One of those peachy ones. They blow it. They got to win on the B-Day. They win on your birthday. Don's in the building. Xander's in the building. Everybody's having fun.
That.
It's not raining.
Don.
I know. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
What a pop he'd get at the live show.
The biggest ever?
Yeah, it'd have to be.
You guys should just bring a stunt double. I guarantee.
I
just
got
make
his
it
number.
look.
I can just be like, pop over there.
Dude,
If he even just walked up to the stage and said nothing, the place would go nuts.
He could
Right.
literally just like stand there with his arms out and leave. People would be like,
He
"It
does
was
the
worth
Michael
it."
Jackson at the Super Bowl halftime show, just like appears and stands there literally for 4 minutes, and it's just nonstop
If
pandemonium.
he came out of like the fucking elevator, like in the stage,
Disgusting.
it was like if he came out like Steve's gonna love
Pyrotechnics.
this one, like Rey Mysterio, like
Rey
he
Mysterio.
he does like the fast hydraulics, like they just shoot
Mm-hmm.
him up, and he would go up to the stage, and then he would jump up, and then they would go, yeah.
Ceiling not nearly high enough, shattered neck, and he'd have a mask on, a luchador mask on. So he'd be like, "Who's that?"
He couldn't see.
Early 55-year-old.
No one even knows who it
Who
was.
just died.
The pyro
Bleeding out of
catches
every
the
hole on
staging
his
on
head.
fire. It's like, God damn, we didn't test this out. Yeah. Well, final thoughts, Steven?
I didn't have much. I thought it was interesting that Alex Cora said the Sox just need to win 17 games in April. It did bring me back to a time when
17 and
we
10.
said 17 and 10, and he did acknowledge it in the post game when we did that back in 2021, I believe. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I counted it up, and they have to go 17 and 9 because they play 26 games in April. So just go 17 and 9, guys. That's all you got to do. I fully expect that.
You don't think so? You don't think they can do it?
Seems unlikely, but if it happens, I'll get someone one of them Pedro 99 jerseys.
Why? Why do you
They
think?
do what, 18 and 14? So they'd be fine.
Doesn't it suck that would only get them to 18? I was like, there's no way that's right, and then I did simple math, and it's so right.
Alex,
That's
you guys
the simple
finished
math.
April with a 17 and 10 record, which, as of right now, is the most wins in the majors. I guess how pleased are you with just how this first month has been?
I know social media is going nuts, right? Jared is going nuts with that, with his prediction. So, 17 wins are 17 wins, and you do that consistently over the course of the season. You win 17 games a month, you put yourself in the conversation, right? And
You're the best team of all time. No big deal.
That was one of the best moments in this show's history. We were live streaming for that. It was like they won the World Series. It was incredible.
Yeah, it's like they clinched 17 and 10.
We made shirts and everything. I mean,
Yeah.
if they go 17 and 9, get ready for the shirts.
Wow.
That's all I gotta say.
17.
I love when he adds the rights. Social media going crazy, right? Like you guys all know that. Like 17 and 10.
Yeah, you guys know.
I don't have to say the obvious, but big night for Jared and the boys.
We clinched 17 and 10 in April.
I'm sure there's some media people looking. What the fuck is? Why is social media's going nuts over this?
Yeah.
What was he saying?
People going nuts about the 17th win of the season in April? Yeah. Yeah, you've seen it.
Yeah. Check out social media. It's going nuts. Right.
I forgot we streamed for that.
Yeah. We were on StreamYard and people were going nuts.
Yeah.
That was
That's
great.
when I knew that year was going to be special.
Yeah.
And it was.
It was. It's a fun year.
Yeah, 21. Like, I'm sorry, T, but I wish I could take 07 and give it to 21.
I wouldn't do that, but I do love that 21
I wouldn't do
team
that either.
more than some World Series teams.
Why wouldn't you do that, Coley?
I was a freshman at UMass 2 months in when they won that World Series. I saw people get thrown through plate glass windows. Like, no.
But, like, the thing about 07 was that obviously, yeah, like, you're at UMass. Like, people are just looking for a reason to smash stuff. But we were still so high off of 04 that I wasn't ready for 07. I was ready for 21 in 21.
21 to me is like the girl you dated for 2 weeks and you fell so in love and it felt so serious and so incredible and so powerful and special, but it was never meant to be long term, and it's okay to understand that.
It sounds like that happened. That sounds like a real life thing. Jared?
Yeah.
No.
To me, 21 just would have like further solidified 18, where it's like this group got another one, versus like 07 was so quick after 04, but it was like an entirely different team even by then.
Yeah, that's why I was sick.
I guess. I mean, yeah, it wasn't not fun.
Like it was still Ortiz. I'm definitely not taking a ring off Ortiz. I think that's crazy.
Yeah, that's fair.
And what, Cleveland wins in 07?
Oof, yuck. Or the Rockies just figure it
To
out.
the Rockies, yeah.
No, there's no way they win.
No, I think they win.
No, Fausto Carmona is absolutely blowing shed that series if he gets to face the fucking Rockies.
Hernandez.
That's not at the time.
Yeah, Fausto Carmona in 07. Did they have Paul
CeCe has a
Burton in
ring.
the rotation? CeCe had a ring.
Probably. In
Got some
07?
dick in him.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, not then. Yeah, but he won one with the Junkies.
That's what I mean. Maybe that changes his. Maybe he doesn't even go to the Yankees.
Maybe.
No, I'm not taking away a ring from Ortiz and Manny. For sure not.
Kike with a ring in Boston.
It didn't end up meaning anything for Manny, though. Like, it's not
Did
like he
for
got
me.
into the Hall of Fame. It didn't get his jersey retired here. Like, nothing changes in Manny's legacy if they don't win in 07.
Arguably his most famous walk-off moment.
In the fucking division series?
Still, that's a clip
I
that
was
gets
there,
played
T.
forever.
Were
you, Steve?
Yeah, that's been my background
both
for
of you.
7 years.
Yeah,
That's how I would've hit that
I
shit.
met
Good
Maz
job,
for
T.
the first time that night.
Mm-hmm.
Did he have hair back then?
Not really. I don't even think he knows that.
Probably not.
Yeah, I met him.
I'll ask him.
I met him at the will call window before the game that night. Yep. McMahon, final thoughts?
Speaking of 21, shout out Julio Martinez. Shout out the Mets for being a forward-thinking, progressive team and taking my strategy of hiring a guy. You just got to hire a guy. And see, if we're missing a guy who can help the hitters, and Julio was just sitting out there with his iPad begging to teach someone about hitting, and the Red Sox didn't hire a guy, what the fuck are we doing? What are we doing? You don't always have to fire a guy to make a change. You can hire a guy. And the Mets, no ball in a way that we do not.
I feel like him and Casey would be good for each other. I feel like that's a duo I'd like
Campbell?
to see spend some time together. Yes.
Absolutely. Yeah, definitely hit it that way. It worked for me. It's perfect. Continue doing that. It works. Don't listen to these yahoos telling you to pull the ball.
It's okay to fail and then come back from it.
Also that, yeah, for sure. 1,000%. But no, he'll be helping like Ronnie Mauricio.
Mark Vientos. Get ready.
Yeah, Mark Vientos is about to re-up because of that. Unbelievable. Soto might hit 500.
T, final thoughts?
I got a couple. Tristan Casas hearing the news today of his setback with the ribs, intercostal strain. Heartbreaking, very depressing. Hopefully it's not anything like it was. Yes, to me it is.
I mean, no one was factoring him. Like, I get that you're a fan of his personally, but like, I think like,
genuinely,
Red Sox fans are getting to the point where they forget that he's like on the team. Like, that's where we're at. That's
you were saying you were high on Tristan Casas like a month ago.
Yeah, but like he's starting the year in AAA, and everyone is so locked in on this roster, and it's like, all right, well, until they move Yoshida or someone, it's like, where does he even fit on this roster? I'm not saying that I forgot about him, but I'm saying, like, you know, I think we're getting to the point where, like, he out of sight, out of mind, like he's not even factoring into any fans' minds moving forward.
Sure, I don't think that's crazy, but I do feel for a guy who's now had 2 years of his career derailed. Now there's going to be another setback. Like, you hope, by June, July, like, you're really functioning the way you need to, especially for a guy like him who swings as hard as he does. To have these things popping up pretty regularly are concerning. So I'm hoping for a speedy recovery for him and how much baseball matters to him. Hopefully he eventually can get back on the field and we can see something that resembles that 2023 that I talk about all the time. Beyond that, Angel Bastardo returned to the Boston Red Sox 2 days from the Blue Jays. Had Tommy John in June of 2024. Got picked later that year in the Rule 5 draft, missed the entire year while rehabbing. Showed a lot of interesting traits this spring. Didn't make that team for the Blue Jays, but that's a World Series contending team right there. And I think for Bastardo, we talk about some of the relief options the Red Sox have at AAA right now that aren't super exciting. The Kyle Kellers of the world, whoever you want to name down there, Tayron Guerrero, Seth Martinez. This is an arm that has some upside, and I don't think we've seen the best version of him yet because he's barely pitched the last couple of years. So get him back in the org with the new pitching infrastructure. It's probably going to be something that at least could be an interesting bullpen option for you down the line. And then you have Jedrickson Paez as well, who got DFA'd by the White Sox, was a Rule 5 pick this past winter. He could be another option who could be returned to the Red Sox, and all of a sudden you get a couple arms back that you lost earlier in the offseason. And I always take more interesting arms like that, even though he got rocked with the White Sox, because he's always had real strong pitchability. It's just getting the stuff to kind of step up to something that, projects more than maybe a back-end starter or kind of swingman arm. And models love him to death, so I know the Red Sox have to have some liking to him and what he could provide. And there's always a chance his stuff ticks up with the right adjustment or something along those lines happening. So I'll take another project in the minors instead of just losing him for nothing.
What was your first thought? You took so long.
Casas.
Yeah. With Casas, for me, I can still remember how excited I was about him, watching him play for Team USA, and to go from that to where we are now, where I don't want to think this way, but I'm getting to the point where I'm just it's not happening here. If it happens at all, I don't I'm starting to think it's not going to happen here. We're getting to that point.
Yeah, I think even happening here is starting to become, you can talk about that. Let's talk about him just playing baseball. The longer and longer this layoff gets of him not playing regularly, I think it becomes harder and harder for those guys to just get back and be themselves in a quick way. He may need more, we talk about a couple months, maybe he figures it out at AAA and he gets back. The dude has barely played baseball since 2023. It's just the reality of the situation. And, we can talk about how great 2023 was from July 1st through the end of the year. He was 8th in OPS and 10th in WRC plus in baseball. Minimum 230 plate appearances. Yeah, 8th best WRC amongst all first basemen that year.
I've heard this 80,000 times.
92nd percentile expected WOBA, 88th percentile expected slug, 86th percentile chase percentage, and 93rd percentile walk percentage.
We're good.
Don't forget what he was.
Yeah. I hope he still has a successful big league career, but it's.
Is that the background on your computer? Is it just your screensaver?
It's just and go.
I've started putting things that I need to access quickly in different docs so I can get to them faster. And I have a Tristan Casas doc.
I'm sure you do.
Let me ask you a question right now. If who would you rather have right now? Tristan Casas or Bobby Dahlbeck?
Tristan Casas.
Okay, that's the wrong answer. That's how we know that you're just blindly loyal to the guy. Bobby Dahlbeck
Why would I want
is an
Bobby
able-bodied player who's hitting home runs in professional baseball right now.
And the idea that he could take
Tristan
the field
Casas hasn't played baseball in 2 years. The answer is Bobby Dahlbeck.
I still believe if they played 162 games healthy right now, Casas would be better.
Okay, well that's a caveat that's not realistic.
Well, if we're going to play baseball today, I'll take the healthy guy.
Tyler, if you could, all right, you have 26 roster spots. You have to. You have one roster spot left. You have to fill it. Are you putting Tristan Casas or Bobby Dahlbeck on the roster with the 26th spot right now?
Is health in this?
Right now.
You know what? Bobby Dahlbeck, I know he's never going to give me anything long-term of significant value, so I'll take Tristan Casas. I'll give him a couple months, and we'll figure it out when he's healthy.
That's crazy to just waste. Coley just left because.
Oh, that's so fucking annoying.
What?
That just starts a new track, so that's just very annoying.
Oh. What happened?
I took a fucking bottle off my desk. My computer lost its mind.
Oh.
It's a sign.
I mean, Casas.
Yeah, it's a sign that it's time
right answer for sure. People forget he started the year last year on the team and was awful.
That did happen.
Awful. Like he has played. It's convenient to remember. Like, and I still think this team's highest ceiling has him in the lineup by far. Like this current year, unless a trade happens. But he played last year. Like before he got hurt, it wasn't like, oh man, he's figured it out. Like that was not what was happening.
No, it was a rough stretch for sure. But he played less than 30 games. Like I'm just not there.
Some of that he was getting benched.
You are.
Yeah, to a degree.
Like it was May, wasn't it?
But he got hurt the first.
That's
week
what I mean.
back.
Like he was out there for a month.
He played a month of baseball.
No, for sure.
It was a month. And if you go back the year before and you want to do that, 63 games and he had a 124 OPS plus.
Yeah, I'm not out on him. I just think it's like you can't just gloss over the last time he was up. It wasn't great.
Yeah. Just 29 games wasn't enough to change my opinion on him.
No, it shouldn't be.
No.
No.
I'm sorry, T.
We're gonna be okay.
He is.
Who's we?
Like, what percentage would we say is the reason they didn't go after Schwarber as like retaining free agent? Like 25% the reason?
Yeah, he was definitely a part of it. I think at the end of the day, they had JD Martinez under contract and like figuring out that entire situation.
Sure, but they knew he was an expiring.
Between him and Tristan Casas. Of course, I think between him and Tristan Casas, and I also think their preference over guys that were athletic at the time and could do more of that stuff was what led them to Trevor Story and him fitting what they envisioned.
Yeah, dumb. It was bad.
I think they wanted athleticism. Agreed. Nobody wanted Kyle Schwarber back more than Tyler Milliken. Promise you that.
Disagree.
Bobby Dahlbeck.
I wanted JD Martinez sent to the fucking moon.
They didn't have to do that. I would have two good hitters. That's a strategy I think they should employ moving forward.
Yeah, he was mid in 22.
Section10merch.com. I believe, Coley, we have is there a merch drop coming out on the 10th?
There sure should be.
Yeah. April 10th, the next merch drop is coming out. Patreon.com/section10. We'll be putting out a graphic soon, but I believe if you just go there, it says what you get with all the different tiers. Down in the Farm is going to be debuting in the next 48 hours. It's the first episode with Tyler and Coley talking Red Sox prospects. It is a bi-weekly show that is part of our Patreon program. The bonus Section 10 will be coming out in the next few days here. That is also a part of the Patreon program. Bunch of stuff. Lot of stuff. Mikey, are we sold out of the fucking the Dan Peral package?
Yeah, we have well over 20 folks who are interested. So we just got to finalize those deeds.
That package is cooked.
Jeez. The Dan Peral Triple Platinum God Level Elite Tier Supreme Kingpin Package Deluxe is overbooked.
Sold out.
Sold out before they play a home game.
That is incredible.
I drafted that thing up and I was like, we might get like what, 2 people that do this?
Nah.
That's
the
crazy,
Catillo Jimmy Fun thing, I think, gave a good indication of what
that's for
the
charity.
fine listeners of this.
But
these people are just as loyal as it gets. Like they're down for the cause.
They're the best. They're the best. They're the best people around. 2K, you got anything you want to say?
Yeah, just want to say happy early birthday to Jared, and can't wait to see everyone
Thank you, 2K.
on Friday.
Look at that. What a fucking guy. What a guy.
I just wanted to be the first one,
You were the first one. I appreciate that. I'm excited to see everybody on Friday at Game On. 10 a.m. doors, 12 on stage. T will not be there. No, he's just, T's being T.
One day.
T's
One
being
day.
T. Yeah. All right. Thank you, guys. Appreciate everybody. See you guys in the Discord. And see you guys at Game On for opening day. Very excited to just turn the page, just to play a home game. Baseball's back, all right? Like, let's fucking pick up the attitude here. The team may suck, but we love the Sox, and we love Fenway, and we love the 10, and we love all the folks that make this community what it is. So Let's turn those frowns upside down, huh? But nope.